try this again. We had to restart. We had timed out, and it looks like maybe this time it's going to stick. Okay, I think we're going here. So we are in class 21, which would be what, our third class of crossbreds, I believe.
Yeah, and they just came and told me, Jason, that we're going to do a split, and we're going to split them in divisions. We're going to do 6, 5, and 6. Just it's too overwhelming to have 17 in the ring. We're going to split those 6, 5, and 6 in divisions, and so that's a good thing.
We'll recap that last class. Noah Typen wins that with Out of Line, bred by Alton Walters, and if you watch that one, I think Dr. Hogue got a little excited about that one.
That one's going to be a player.
That's a real big player there. So number 2 in that same class is Paige Vieira, so Alton Walters win that one as well. Straight Survivor won there too. That was a good solid barrow as well.
You bet.
Looks like we got maybe a couple about to hit the scale here in this class. Weight ranges looks like I see a 238, maybe a 236 to a 243.
244 on the front page.
244, yep. Okay, so 236 to
That's
244.
The here of Lucia Abreu.
Oh, we'll catch the back numbers here, guys. They all kind of came in from the other way, so give us just a minute here. We'll let you know who's. Yeah, no.
Do things a little more friendly to us here, Jason. Don't they know who's important?
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a break.
Let's see here. 1026 is going to be the first one. Regan Cole, Bakersfield, California. Reagan Cole, I apologize. Bakersfield, California. Bar H Show Pigs. Bail bond at Schaefer's, it said.
Now that's what we got to have. Number 2 in the scale.
What is that? 1303 maybe? Yep, it's going to be Taylor. Botello. Los Banos, California. No Limit Genetics. No sire listed.
She's got that new, I think that Sullivan's Cool Rag in her pocket. Sullivan's got a lot of new products out there, and I think that's that new Cool Towel that they've got that's got some technology that keeps them cool.
1217 is on the scale. Dennis Grove, Hidden Valley Lake, California. Weisinger pig. No sire listed on that one.
One guy had some good gilts in the show yesterday.
Yep, looks like he's got 3 he's going to rework, and got his the rest of them pinned up. Again, just because he's going fast through some of those ones on the bottom end, he's definitely not giving them a chance. He's looking them over, and he's studying them. He's just done this long enough. He knows where he wants to go, and so don't think he's not giving those ones a look. And we're not talking about them because we're going so fast. So
he's got 34 classes to cross.
Yep.
34 classes to get done today, so he's got to get through them.
So the young man here, again, we'll recap, is 1217.
We weighed one out, Jason.
Uh-oh. We've got one weighed out.
1026 hog weighs out. That's Regan Cole from Bakersfield. Bar H, bail bond hog weighs out.
That is not a good feeling. I haven't been there yet, but I've been around some people that have, and that's not a good feeling. So they're going to weigh Landon Correll from Burlington, Colorado, then SoCo Show Pigs, sired by Colorblind. $13.03 hog out there, the gal in kind of the leopard print shirt. No Limit Genetics. Taylor Botello.
Little body, Junior. Little body.
I think you got one out there that's just fresh and crisp and walking around the ring. Again, though, I think you're seeing really similar in type and kinds that he's picking, and
here he goes.
Here he goes.
here at the top end of this class, you know, we got a bear that didn't catch way back, and so changes the complexion of the class as the judge has things in his mind. Got a pair of bears, belted bears up here. They're both big muscle hogs. They're both featured hogs. One of them's just a nickel pressure, about the shape of their skull, the crest of their neck, and I think really just a fresh back bear that exemplifies a lot of proportionality, exemplifies a lot of athleticism out here. Little guy in the vest has got your class-winning bear out here in this particular drive. I do think it's close because the bear in second, I love his genuineness of skeleton. I think the young lady's bear is probably just a notch bolder in terms of his real skeleton and his little stouter in terms of his hind leg. Guy's a little crusty about his head and neck, a little flat in his front foot, but from there back, I love his hip, love his stoutness and bigness of hind leg. The bear that comes in third, not as attractive as the pair of bears that we've got, not as opened up in the lower part of his skeleton, but boy, he's a good back, good hip bear, got a good range of motion about him, just a little more general about the look through his front end, a little flatter in terms of his body design. The bear that comes next, not as fresh and genuine down in his top side shape and muscle, but a wide-made hog through his blade. Want really a thick stifled bear. When he goes away, want to freshen him up down the top line if you could just to shave. Love the feature, love the shape and muscle of this bear that comes next. Want to make him just a little looser skeleton. He's a little tight spined out here. Then he gets to throw in his hind leg just to shave. But boy, he is a big bold bear in terms of his upper rib, and that facilitates for all that spread down his top line. A big pretty blue bear, a little dry in his blade, a little narrow up front, but a big extended hog. Then we go into the remaining three bears, very similar. Got a big pretty bear that comes next. The young lady does a good job of driving. He's a little refined in his skeletal density, just a little too flat in terms of his cage. The final pair of bears, structure is a limiting factor on the bear of 9 in terms of hind leg. He's a little fresher looking kind of bear than the pig in 10. Pig in 10's heavy boned and moderate, just a little plain and nondescript.
Let's congratulate our winner, Ms. Grove from California. Second place, Teo Motello from California. Third place, Landon Farrell from Colorado. Fourth place, Gabriel O'Donnell from Colorado. Fifth place, Chance Gatley from Arizona. Sixth place, Lucia Abreu from California. Seventh place, Chase Peterson from California. Eighth place, Haley Pringle from California. Ninth place, Jesse Threat from Texas. Next class is 22 crossbreds.
So in that last class, Dennis Grove wins that with a Weisinger hog. And then Taylor Botello from Los Banos, California, goes second with the No Limits Genetics hog.
So our next class here, Jason, is class 22. Looks like those hogs are from 245 to 248, so a 3-pound spread, pretty tight.
And I think we'll see that a lot in these next few classes, kind of getting into those weight ranges that a lot of these people like to be in.
Yeah, this is Landon Lorwalt from Florence, Texas. That's a high point bred hog sired by House Money. This young man was at our camp in Texas.
House Money's been doing a pretty good job.
Boar's done a really nice job there
yeah.
for Brent and Mike and the crew there at High Point. Lorwalt family's been good supporters of the show and been here the last few years and always bring a set of hogs that's super competitive.
It's like he's sending this blue hog to the scale.
Which one is that one? The one this side?
Yep.
That's Lane Masick from Michigan. That's a Platte bred hog sired by Baby Blue. I know that young guy. Talked to him and his mother a bunch when they were unloading.
I know. I saw him in the ring quite a bit.
Yeah, they came
yesterday.
from Perry, Michigan. They had a trek, man.
They came to play.
They left on the 23rd to come here. Spent their Christmas on the road.
Yep, they definitely came to play. I'm not sure I saw that kid drive a bad hog.
No, he does a nice job. Super nice kid too. Good family. We got a lot of good families come to our show here.
We do. Yeah. I mean, you walk around this barn. We spent a lot of time in this barn the last few days, and not a lot of attitudes, and kids working hard, and it's fun to see.
Only attitudes as adults always normally, you know that,
That's
Jason.
the
We just
truth.
throw all the adults out and let
That's
the kids
the
do it
truth.
and we'd have fun.
My
1226 is Sierra Short from Salinas, California. That's a Powerhouse Farms hog, bred hog, sired by Hatari. That's an interesting name.
That's an interesting way to spell the name.
Yeah, Hatari. I think I do a few of those Arabian horse sales, and I think we had a sire named Hatari that was one we sold semen on here at the horse show this last year.
11 or 10:07.
That should be Trent Ackerman, I think.
Yep, Trent Ackerman, Sebastopol, California. I'm sure. Looks like he bred that one himself. Huh?
Yep, he
Shine
does.
on.
Yep, Shine On. Yeah, he's part of the
Sunshine.
Ottenwalter team.
Sunshine and Whiskey Sun, Shine On.
Yeah,
Another one
he's the
that's,
same young man that bred the straight whiskey boar.
Oh yeah, yep, for sure. I think 3 boars went to stud, right?
yes.
Out of that litter.
One goes to, and I apologize, I don't know the name of the one that goes to High Point, and one to Ottenwalter, and one went somewhere else. And I should know that, but I don't. Yeah, that team, that Ottenwalter team, something. They rolled in here on early check-in day and had 39 trailers, I think, and 170 head of hogs that all travel together.
That's quite a machine when you watch those guys go to work. 1081 was going to be Landon Lower Wald from Florence, Texas. That was the High Point Genetics, sired by House Money. And then again, the 1007 is going to be that Shine On pig, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I didn't want to be wrong. Trent Ackerman that we just talked about. The young lady right here coming at us in the pink shirt and the black vest. 1226 is
that's the Sierra Short. That's the Powerhouse Farms hog.
Yep,
Hatari hog.
Hatari. Yep. Salinas, California. So
Trent
like he's
ends
left
up
those
in
2.
4. Lane in 3. Landon, another one. Let's see what Mark has to say here.
Once again, really a nice class of crossbreds and a close call here at the top end of our class. But, I put in my mind that these are lightweights, and as I go through different weight classes, you'll be a little more forgiving in terms of freshness. When a young person's fighting that upper weight limit in the lighter weight division, I guess I'm a little more critical on freshness. It's almost imperative because you've always got an opportunity to put more weight in these bears, take them up in terms of their weight class and let them be fresher. When I keep that in mind, I think the show bear of the pair is a young man in the belted or in the vest here to start with the partial belted bear. Really like this bear's freshness and look. Got a great shape down his top, a good hip design in him. Coming at you, not the biggest chested bear we've seen, nor is he the biggest legged bear we've seen today. But I think it's proportional, it's athletic, and it's a symmetrical look, and he looks like a bear that's intended for the big ring. Got a big stout hip and a big powerful hind leg in the bear here in second. Love his feature, love his genuineness in terms of skeletal density. Problem is you get on top of him and I want to see just a little fresher back shape. Want to clean him up there in the crest of his neck down to his throat line, but I do like his density and genuineness. Got a moderate wide, powerful blue bear that comes next. He's a little creature fronted when he comes right at you. He's a little punchy headed, but man, he's stout, he's wide, he's bold, just a little below set, a little quick in his maturity. I think he's better hind-legged than the bear that comes next. The bear that comes next is big up high and big in his rib cage, but you take him towards both ends of his skeleton, and he'll narrow up underneath, he'll fade in his hand, too much for me. Got a blue bear that's really attractive, long-bodied and extended. This bear needs to match that extra extension with a little denser skeleton for me. Be a little different in terms of his hind leg set, but really well presented, capably driven bear by the young lady. I thought he was a little neater looking than our heavy built one coming next. On a pin 6, this belted bear, big top, big hip, just a little unorthodox in terms of how he handles his hind leg, starting to crest up there pretty good at the top of his neck. The young lady here got a really nice bear in terms of his moderation and fitness, just a little cresty, a little awkward in terms of his movement. the final three bears need more rib, they need more muscle relative to their frame size and extension, but got an attractive bear there. White bear is really sound, and our blue bear got a lot of lean shape, just a little too dry middle, a little too off in terms of his hip. Another high quality class of crossbred bear.
Let's congratulate our champion, Landon Lorwalt from Texas, second place. Sierra Short from California, third place. Lane Mazik from Michigan, fourth place. Trent Ackerman from California, fifth place. Tristan Selapek from New Mexico, sixth place. Emma Bretoncourt, California, Tammy Black from Kansas, eighth place. Ethan Slate from California, ninth place. Kevin Kendall from New Mexico, and in 10th place, Reagan Webb from California. Ready for class 23. After this class, we will have our division drive.
So it looks like Landon Lowerwald goes first in that class, Breeders' High Point, sired by House Money. Second in that class is going to be Sierra Short, Salinas, California, Breeders' Powerhouse Farms, sired by Hatari.
Jason, I'm going to let somebody a lot prettier than me step in here with you. I'm going to let Trisha Geffort's going to step in, and she's going to hang out with you for a little bit.
Perfect.
I got to do a little pig show business, and then
perfect. Somebody with knowledge for change.
Somebody that's smart, good looking, not me. I'm out.
It's not much to improve us.
Yeah, I tell you,
not
I
at
got
all.
much to go with me, huh?
Not at all. So looks like class 23 is coming in. I'm seeing a weight spread of 249 to maybe 252. So again, we're only a few pounds apart. That's what we tend to see when we get into kind of these. I guess I'd call them more middleweight classes, but it sounds like we're going to break a division after this, which would be, I think, is good for your judging, good for your show to do that. So.
Jason, looks like we've had a really good show so far. I've been standing over there kind of in the corner.
It's been a really good show. The top end of these deals have been extremely competitive. Dr. Hoag's working through them fast and diligently and giving them all a good look, and I think he knows what he's after.
I think he knows what he wants.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Where'd they say we're going to have a division here?
Right after this class. We'll do a division break, and we got one headed to the scale right now. Looks like going to be 1083. Looks like that's Landon Coryell from Burlington, Colorado. SoCo Show Pig, sired by Dirty Secret. A name that has been said a lot here this weekend. Looks like we got 1288 going to hit the scale now. Lauren Ferguson from Kerrville, Texas. Lindner Show Pigs, sired by V40.
I think she had a gilt yesterday that might be a littermate to that one. I'm not sure. I don't know much about the V40 board.
I don't either. No.
Landed on the top side of a couple classes
but
here.
When you put that Lindner Show Pigs at the front of it, you know it's going to be good.
Absolutely. Really heavy structured kind of hog.
He's got, looks like, maybe 3 or 4 more to get out and look at. If he stays true to form, he'll weigh anywhere from 3 to 5 and rework him back. Looks like we got another gentleman right there in the center of your screen that's coming over to hop on the scale. Looks like 1311. That's going to be Wyatt Collard from Orongo, Missouri.
You know, I think
Heimer,
that might.
Hampshires.
I do know the Collard family, but I'm not sure how you pronounce where they're from.
Heimer, Hampshire doesn't have a sire listed.
We could speculate.
Heimer's had a good day yesterday.
Absolutely.
In the gilt show and in the purebred show today, Barrows show today for sure.
I've been over at the Showtech booth, and I didn't get to watch all those pure hogs, but Jesse, they did end up, Max won the Durox, is that correct?
Yep. Good hog. Again, on these crossbreds, I think we got a lot of differences out here. You get ones that are maybe a little prettier. but maybe a little more frail in their type and kind, and a little harder in their rib. And then you got some that are really big and finished and gushy in their middle, and get a little stouter in their structure. But I think Dr. Hoag's picking those ones that kind of fit in that middle range, that have that power and that structure, and still don't get hard in their middle, but still have enough finish to be a market hog, because again, this is an endpoint show. So
yeah, being extra critical of freshness, he appreciates a show barrel for sure. That last class, making that decision and call there in the lightweights, I think was kind of critical.
For sure,
they got to be fresh at that stage.
Yep.
I would imagine some of these hogs might even get re-racked yet and head back to Denver in a couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely could.
6th place, family from Colorado that always shows in the orange there.
And you're from Colorado, right?
You know, I did my time in Colorado,
okay.
But I'm originally from Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Reworking them now. I think he's going to pull 3 back out. Where he's got the 1083 hog just came out. Dirty Secret hog raised by Soko Show Pigs. Landon Coriel. Man, I'm butchering that one.
Coriel.
Okay.
Sister, I believe, was the champion showman in her age division.
Oh, good. This kid is not slouching on his showmanship
no,
here either.
No, absolutely not. A family that attended that next level show camp.
Getting that hog driven.
It's the Lindner Barrow, sired by V40 here. Don't have that pedigree deal from yesterday, but I would imagine those two may have been litter mates or gilts in this barrow. Mr. Collard comes out. Family that sure enjoy visiting with. Heimer hog here, not sure on the pedigree. If the Wolf family's watching in there, then maybe they can let us know what that one is. They probably know at home. We can't pick on Bo today, he said. So.
Hey, I saw Morris, Dr. Hoag had to come over and show you how to catch that one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For those of you at home, these guys do work awful hard over here getting these hogs weighed. And from time to time, they get one that doesn't want to come on the scale. And it's awful nice if the kids are cooperative and appreciative of what they do in those situations.
Work hard and do math all at the same time.
He's got a cheat sheet over there. He doesn't do it all in his head. He doesn't do it all in his head.
I was trying to help. I think you got 3 good barrows out here.
Yeah,
solid,
absolutely.
Complete.
Pretty big difference in terms of frame size.
Agreed.
That collared hog
Yep.
is super tall shouldered and real extended, and then Coriel Barrow is one that's just a little more durable and
dense.
Real plied apart, pulled apart.
And you got the tall shouldered pretty one.
We said it yesterday, but it's pretty amazing the number of blue hogs we've seen surface to the top side of these compared to years past. There was a few years there where
it's a pretty desirable color in our part of the country. Kids like to show them, and I enjoy them. Sometimes they're a little harder to read, especially those all blue ones. They get a little harder to read. But I would say with what the quality of blue boars that are out there now, making good ones.
Absolutely. He's going to drive these things at him. Wants to evaluate some chest floor here, and I guess maybe there is a call to be made there, but
seems to me like maybe he's having to get nitpicky because he's got a tight pair that he likes. And sometimes when you evaluate that, unfortunately, you got to find the littlest fault to split them apart.
It is an industry based upon opinions, they say.
Yes, it is. And we all think we're right.
I think Mark's fun to watch, like whatever he's doing right there now.
Yeah.
He's thinking hard.
This one's got him a little challenged. I'd say this might be the first class where there is a little separation in your top.
As I I said earlier, a judge always wants to have what they're going to say to introduce the class to come to the microphone. And what's interesting is, if I could take pieces of each of these bears and put them together, I think we'd really have the utopian. The next thing that as I sort between the top two, there's a blue bear out here and a belted bear, and it reminds me of my father. Obviously, most of the livestock industry is based on family, and we've had the opportunity to judge a couple of major pig shows together over the years. And in Houston, if I was to keep one, he'd be like, hey, let's not make them yard ornaments. Let's make sure they're big enough. And then he'd keep one. I'd say, hey, let's make sure they're not too skinny coming at you, because I don't want a giant, narrow one. And so we go back and forth. And I think there's a pair of bears out here that suit me very well, but they're both a little different in terms of their kind. To describe the differences between the two, the belted bear that's walking right here in front of me, this thing is giant skeleton, and he is the soundest bear of these three. What's interesting about his density of foot and bone is his pastern strength is still very acceptable. He comes at you the widest, he goes the way the most correct of these three. But the problem that I keep wrapping my mind around is he too, in the past, he's a little moderate, he's a little quick, he's not a light bulb licking, just dark-headed one, and yet I watch him go, and golly, I like that bear's utility, love his feature, and love his body. You look at the blue bear, photogenic, tall fronted, pretty shape to his hip. That bear profile is well hidden. When he comes at you, he's a little closed up at his knee. I want to open him up there, and then in terms of reach behind, he's got what I call a showking hind leg. It reaches enough, but is it just one of those extra long strides? I know my father, and probably current industry standard, most of you would identify with the blue bear, but I want him to come out stronger. So I go back to my belt, and I say, hey, what's wrong with this guy? He's a little low set. After that, he is a ton in terms of feature. He's the soundest, he's the boldest coming at me. I'm going to go ahead and start with the bear that I really like a good deal. If you don't think he's big enough in his kind, rest assured my gray hair will indicate I've been through the early 2000s. We had him big, tall, and skinny in the early 2000s. I don't want to go all the way back there. I think that bear has a lot of utility. Obviously, the photogenic blue bear is going to be second. I want this bear to get out of his hop a little looser. I want him to come at me just a little more genuine. But he's tall, running, cool looking, and really good. Not taking anything away from this belted bear over here that's tremendously good. You get him behind me, he's big in his hip and stifle, big in his top, and he is also one of the more extended bears in class, but he to me is a little sourier headed, a little crestier neck, and when that bear goes, he's the straightest in his hop of those initial three. Love his shape, capably driven by the young lady, but he's my least favorite bear as I study the shape to his neck, his body shape, and his hind leg design of those initial three. I thought a real challenge for me personally to sort through there at the top end. Got a nice bear here, big belly, nice groove down his top. This guy doesn't have enough forearm shape, doesn't have enough stoutness of hind leg, but really good on the profile. Got a bear that comes in 5, and man, we fight this flank deal at home. This guy's a little juicy in his flank. Love his width, love his stoutness. Just a little cresty up high at the crest of his neck. Want to clean him up from his sheep back. Boy that comes out with a real nice light skin bear from a profile, comes at you a little closed up underneath, but love his feature, love his angles and design. Another high quality market hog in this class. Got a bear here that needs a bigger hind leg and an attractive look from a profile, coming and going, not genuine enough. I like a lot of things about the bear in 8, where you walk in behind him and watch his hind leg work. His left hind's not 100%. He needs cleaned up in his flank there, just a shade. Final pair, this guy needs to be fresher, but a little more extended and more attractive than the blue bear that closes. Really a challenging class of high quality show pigs to sort for you today.
First place is Landon Carell from Colorado. Second place, Wyatt Collard from Missouri. Third place, Lauren Ferguson from Texas. Fourth place, Sammy Cole from California. Fifth place, Haley Betancourt from California. Sixth place, Parker Frenzy from Colorado. Seventh place, Aaron Newman from Arizona. Eighth place, Grace Vertigal from California. Ninth place, Jesse Litzman from California. And in 10th place, Madison Igloo from California.
Jason, you're going to have to speak for us both on these. I wasn't paying enough attention to know what any of these are, but we're getting ready to pick a division here now. We go back.
So our class, our last class was. I'll run through that one real fast because I know guys were wanting us to talk about the firsts and seconds in there. Let me run back here. So
First place would have been the Corial.
Yep, Landon Corial, Soco Show Pigs, Dirty Secret Pig. Second was Wyatt Collard from Missouri, Heimer Hampshire's hog.
Out here now, the Blue Barrow is the Typin family from Oregon.
Correct, that's an out-of-line sired barrow. Should have
Dennis-
Casey Hunt out here. Peaks to Prairie breeder with a Wild Will. She's probably not. Oh, yep, right here, going away from us, belted hog. Should have
Got Dennis Grove over there with the vest on.
Yep.
Not sure.
Emily Downey's out there from Oklahoma. Mike Clay is the breeder on that one.
I think he was pretty fond of that blue one, but we'll hear what he has to
Yes.
say.
As today is getting away from me as I try to talk the classes and talk the pigs individually and make sure and not leave anybody out. I've got to keep pace for a 2:30 champion drive lineup. And I've discussed with you my thoughts, my opinions. I think the lightweight division has been tremendous to put together in terms of quality, not only at the top end, but throughout each of the classes. Very, very pleased with what we have to work with. I want the Bears to come out of that gate and hit me hard again. I want them to profile up and balance up with that unique showcase look that we seek in today's industry, and I sure think we've got some great examples of that. Let's please congratulate all of these class-winning exhibitors, and we'll finish the champion lightweight drive.
So as we kind of suspected, he goes with the Typin Barrow sired by Out of Line. He was pretty fond of that one in class. I would like to say we saw that coming. That's a good barrow. You get on top of that one and you see how fluid he is and comfortable out there on the move, and yet still has product and power, and that's a good hog. He's a player for the day, I think. Reserve's gonna go to.
It's the second in that
I
class,
think it's the
Emily.
second. Yeah, fell behind Typins in that class. Let me get back so I can give you the. Yep, Paige Vieira from California, straight survivor, also bred by Alton Walters. So that's division. Now we're back onto the classes. We're on class 24. Looks like weight spread of like a 254 maybe to 256. So again, only a couple pounds.
Class 24 crossbred.
Looks like 11 head in this class.
Good sized classes here in the crossbreds. Mark, he said he had to be mindful of time, but he's been moving through them really fast.
Yes,
Those
for
breed
sure.
hogs he rolled right through.
You been over to any of the other barns, checking things out?
I have been over to the cattle barn and the goat barn, both sheep barn, I guess. So I've made kind of the rounds. People everywhere here. Shows
Yeah, big.
even vendors and
I
things
heard-
that,
All the numbers were up on species.
yeah, it's impressive. And for those of you watching, they combine and come together for a grand drive today at 2:30. So we'll have all the species in this ring for a grand drive at 2:30.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. It's a fun atmosphere, and I like to see good stock of every species. So it's fun for me because I don't get out of this barn all week. It's fun for me to get to see those top end ones come from the other species. So
Get to see the best of the best.
yep.
Yeah, I think they're done with that steer show already. It wrapped up
Oh, they are,
pretty
huh?
fast today.
There's 34 total classes. So he's going to start working this class, and if he likes him, he'll ship him to the scale pretty fast. And
weight breaks on this class is 253 to 256.
First hog that drives out is that Lauren Ferguson again from Texas, Kerrville. Another Linderbred hog, sired by V40. He's going to catch the scale right away.
Got 1181 out there. Kylie Aronson, Templeton, California, Small Town Genetics, sired by Iced. Out of 1254. Cooper Hanart, Durango, Colorado, bred by Steve Crane, sired by Lightning Bolt.
$10.94 comes out, the young lady that's in the middle, Kendall McMillan from Idaho, a hog raised by M&J Livestock, sired by California Sunshine.
Then you got Wayne Barnett came out behind in the pink shirt. He's got 2 entries in here, so we'll have to see which one that is that he's showing. He's got one sired by Shots Fired and one sired by Straight Whiskey, and he's out of Newburgh, Oregon.
Kikoa Typin came out next, and he told her to head over to the scale and weigh. That's an Ottenwalter bred hog, sired by Wedding Night himself. Typin family from Oregon does an awesome job. No strangers to success at this show. They've done some winning in the Gilt Show already, and her brother won that last division.
Yep, they always bring a good set, and they have them presented to the absolute best that they can. I see we got Caitlin Carter out there, Amanda Carter, another Wedding Night bred by Ottenwalter. Right here, kind of coming into the center of your screen, black white sock barrow. That is a super good family out of Washington that we're all going to be saying their names for the next few years because they are extremely good showgirls and they drive good stock. And a really, really good family. Looks like he's sending another one to the scale. We'll try to get a number on.
Gonna weigh Delaney Frame here from
57.
Washington. A hog raised by Melee, sired by Baby Blue.
Looks like he's working them on down now. Maybe got everything.
Kylie Aronson from Templeton, California, hog raised by Small Town Genetics, sired by Iced, is going to be on the scale. I think that'll be the 4th one he weighed back in this particular class.
Kylie, stop smacking hard in the belly. Stop hitting hard in the belly.
He's getting some coaching from the sidelines over here.
We were talking about that earlier with show moms and show dads, and they get pretty intense, and I'm guilty as charged.
It takes an army, they say.
So I think he's going to rework 4 here that he put on the scale. Again, what's that? 1181 is Kylie Aronson, Templeton, California. Small Town Genetics is the breeder, sired by Ice.
We've got Lauren Ferguson driving out with her Lidner barrow here, sired by V40, headed into the center of your ring. It's the first one he weighed and did it pretty fast.
Okay, Koa Typin comes out with her Wedding Night sired barrow, bred by Alton Walters.
He's got the big back of Wedding Night himself, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
That is one thing that boar does stamp them right out from behind their shoulder, that big square top shape.
A big top in there. And then we've got, is that 57, I think?
Delaney Frame from Washington.
Yep.
Melee barrow, sired by Baby Blue.
Another girl that's come through the next level camp that a good family out of Washington there.
Remind everyone again, if you were grand or reserve, we need you to come get a bio to fill out for the grand drive.
Malays, they're raising good hogs and pretty competitive. Coming up, she goes fourth.
Kylie's going to be third. The Small Town Genetics Sparrow.
Reserve this morning. We need you to come get a bio.
Turn it over
Looks
to Mark
like
to
he's
hear his
gonna
thoughts.
talk him down.
I think a great way to start our middleweight division out here. In fact, pair of Barrows that I see a tremendous amount of value in at the top end of this class. And you know, the first barrow in the ring is this belted barrow, and I thought, man, after the lightweight division, this is a great way to start your middleweight division. Then this black, white, front-legged barrow comes at me out of the pen. I was like, man, he's kind of a gorilla. Be a fun top pair to sort. You get them out here and you study the details and the essences of these hogs going away. Without a doubt, the sounder, safer, jointed hog that's just more correct in his design and got a beautiful rear view in terms of his pin set, his back shape, and the way his hind leg drops out of his face of his hand is tremendous. Young lady in the white shirt against the fence over there with the belted barrow going to be our class winner in this particular drive. I think what makes it close, I'd like that barrow to have a little bigger front leg and just a little bolder view coming at me, and that's where this black, white, front-legged barrow is a ton. I mean, he is bold, he is powerful, and he has got a groove down his back and a big stout hip. The problem is we make hogs big boned, and I want him as big-legged as we can. We also get some coarse joints on occasion. This barrow's left hock is of what I would call about 85%. Needs to be a little cleaner, and if we can fix the right hock, this one goes a long ways. I love his genuineness, love his form, love his feature, love his rear market hog value. Challenge is right hind's just a little suspect. Barrow that comes out next. Young lady's doing a good job of driving. This guy's a big, pretty hog with a nice shape when you're up on him. You get away from him. He's a little tight in the spine, just a little flat when he goes away to run up in class. But as I compare him to the Baron Force, I think he's more genuine about the density to his skeleton, the stoutness to his feature. Blue Baron, impeccably presented, well-fed, well-managed Baron. Only problem is this guy's too refined as we take him to the ground. I want just a little bigger running gear to match all that shape up high. Really presented nicely though. Got a thick, chunky Baron here, big rib, wide, really big, good back. This Baron once again comes a little close underneath. He's a little jammed up about his head, a little cresty in terms of his neck, but I love his body cavity, love his width and volume. The barrel that comes next, a little soft in his front feet, but another shapely barrel that we've got out here, not 100% behind. He's a little quick and uncoordinated in his step off of his rear too. Got a nice blue barrel, just a little stale to the view out here in terms of that upper rib shape and freshness, but a heavy built one. I like the feature about him. Another big blue bear coming out, a little masculine, a little stale about his head, but a good featured hog. The black bear needs to be quite a bit wider, but he's kind of got a unique look for his front end. Our final bear is just the most general in terms of his show ring presence out here. I think lean muscle's good, just a little plain feature. Another great class as we start our middleweight division.
First place is Lauren Ferguson from Texas. Second place, Kikoa Typen from Oregon. Place, Kylie Aronson from California. Fourth place, Delaney Fram from Washington. Fifth place, Amanda Carter from Washington. Sixth place, Kendall McMillan from Idaho. Seventh place, Wayne Barnett from Oregon. Eighth place, Mason Wolfbridger from California. Ninth place, Coriana Cook from California. 10th place, Cooper Hendon from Colorado. Congratulations, we're ready for class 25.
That was a good class. So it looks like Lauren Ferguson goes first in that class. Linder Show Pigs, sired by V40. And second in that class was Keiko Typen with their wedding night barrow. Bred by Alton Walters. On the class 25, what do we got for weights here? 257, I see, to maybe a 261. Oh, nope, I skipped a page. Yeah, 257 to 259. Again, staying kind of in that 2-pound weight range.
Got a hog that catches the scale here. Landon Roberts from Hillsboro, Kansas, with a Thompson & Son genetics pig, sired by Wedding Day.
Wedding Day would be another Alton water boar that they sent to Upper Hand.
Another wedding night son at Platts.
Yep.
We saw him again in the gilt show yesterday, so again.
Wedding night has been prolific. He he's put a lot of good sons out there. We've got one we're pretty fond of, what we call Hangover, that we're partnered with Hot and Waters on, that we like him a bunch. Looks like next one to catch scale is going to be 1062, Caitlin Bean, Manteca, California. Hot and Water Show Pigs, sired by Wedding Night. Again. So we did have a request that we introduce ourselves.
I am Krisha Geffert. I am sales rep for Showtech. My family raises show pigs and then some cattle as well, so I'm kind of torn between the two barns. I'm from Wisconsin. Have kind of the western United States as a territory for ADM, so spend a lot of time in California. It's kind of nice to be here and see a lot of our customers and get to be part of the show. Sponsored it for the last few years. It's amazing how it's grown. I think the first year I came out again on behalf of the company, there was 123 head.
Wow.
So pretty big transition to 1,000 now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know Showtech's been a big part of making sure this thing runs smooth and that all the amenities are here. So we had another one catch scale. I don't want to miss it, 1116. Maybe I'm missing it anyways. Young lady may have the wrong back number. Oh, nope, there it is. Grace. I'll let you butcher it. Harkrauter from Houston, California. No Limit Genetics, out of breath.
Another out of breath. Yesterday he had quite a bit of success. And then we have Jenna Brome from Craig, Nebraska. Hog raised by Jeff Stewart, started by Border Patrol.
And I'm Jason Sherman, and we have my wife and my kids. We have M&J Livestock, and we run about 40 sows, and we've got a little boar stud that we've got a couple boars we've partnered with Hot and Waters on, and so we're doing that. And then I've also got an irrigation business, and we sell feed and a little bit of everything, kind of like everybody else in these industries. A lot of irons in the fire. We've got a little club calf herd also. Kind of looking to get out of that right now because we're putting so much emphasis into our pigs. Got another one catching scale, 1194. Trinity Bulger from Craig, Colorado. Peaks to Prairie, a Wild Will. I bet that's a litter mate to one we saw earlier that was at the top end of its class. So
Shannon Schultz was in here earlier, and Shannon wears a lot of hats at this show, and a lot of people make this deal a success. I think he had to step out and tend to some of the business he has on the board there, but him and Jeff Maynard both, I think, have been commentating on here, and then also obviously making sure the show runs smooth for everybody as well.
Yeah, those two guys are a big reason this show has grown to what it is. They really promote this industry and this show, and good guys. They've become really good family friends of ours and enjoy spending time. I would say that Shannon's a little lost with Sherry gone. She's about the one that keeps him in line, and so.
Sherry's deer hunting. Sherry, we missed you here. They also contribute from a sponsorship standpoint. Next Level Show Camp, those of you at home that aren't familiar with and haven't heard of it, they do a first-class job on the hog side, and now they've added the goat division, too, as far as showmanship camps. So if you're looking for somewhere to send your kid to get some knowledge and make some friends and lifelong relationships, it's a great place to go. We
were the hosts and part of the very first camp outside of Arizona that they did, and it's been phenomenal for our area. And my wife's claim to fame has always been the biggest camp, but now he's lapped us when he added goats. So he lapped us in Oklahoma this year. But we have, for being in Ontario, Oregon, in the Northwest, we've had the largest attended camp for Next Level for a lot of years. So it's been a good program. 1195, the Blue Hog comes back out. He's starting to rework this top end again.
The Wedding Day, I
believe.
Yep,
Wedding Day from Landon Roberts. Hillsboro, Kansas, bred by Thompson and Son Genetics. It's a good hog, got a good look. Still got enough power and bulk. Next one coming out is going to be 1062.
Caitlin Bean from California, Ottenwalter bred hog, sired by Wedding Night.
1116, Grace Harkratter from Houston, California, sired by Out of Breath, No Limit Genetics. That Out of Breath has done a good job too over the last year I've seen.
He stamps those hogs, and the way they're made in their front end, every one of those gilts yesterday and then the Barrows I've seen today are very, very similar there.
Yeah. Then 1133 looks like it's out there. We have her down twice, so they're both bred by Jeff Stewart, but one's supposed to be a Border Patrol and one's supposed to be a Visionary, so I guess we'll guess. The next one, I think the gal in the yellow shirt, that was Trinity Bulger. Craig, Colorado, Peaks to Prairie, sired by Wild Will.
Bo's over there pinning hogs now, and I think it's he doesn't need any introduction to most people because I think he's at every major stock show around the country weighing hogs and then also working pens, and a lot of the pen systems at these facilities are WW. If you guys are in the market for a new pen system or a scale at home, WW is a great place to go for that. Big sponsors of this show and lots of them across the country. Bo's a first-class guy that would do anything for the kids showing in this deal.
Yeah, it's amazing that they can make it to every show, and I mean, the amount of money that they give to this industry and the amount of help that they give to this industry is phenomenal.
And it's pretty amazing because it's not like there's a whole army of salespeople. Bo himself is at all of those events.
Yep. You know, all these banners that go around the ring are important to the success of the show, just like every other show. It looks like we've got Sanderson Ford and Next Level Livestock Camps, Show Bloom, Sullivan Supply, another one that's at every show and a big supporter of this industry, and All Flex and Glitter Dust, Judge to Win, Flextran, Track Supply, and Generation X Genetics, and Altenwater Show Pigs, another big sponsor.
The gilt sale last night, I didn't hear the numbers on, and I know Shannon.
154, don't quote me on that, but I want to say 154 or 174,000. Phenomenal sale.
Champion gilt sells for 27,000, so it's
yeah. The quality was there, though. I mean, that's the sale numbers reflect what the quality of hogs was. It was very good. That champion gilt was so good in so many areas.
hard to make one like that.
And the even harder one would be the reserve in that Hampshire hog. Hampshires are not always the easiest breed, and that was a very, very good one. We'll listen to Dr. Hogue.
It's always interesting, they call it a hog show for a reason, and boy, everything has to happen right at home, everything has to happen right on the trip, and then when they get here, hogs got to respond, they got to fill, they got to stay together. Most importantly then, when they hit the ring, they have to survive the drive, and I've tried to keep our what I deem our upper end hogs as rested as I can, pin them right away because I don't want to burn the wheels off of them. But what's interesting is your class-winning mare in this particular class is what I deem the survivor. When the pin opened up over here, I didn't know if there's just enough groove or enough muscle. Well, then the longer these hogs drive, the more he surfaces as the athlete within the group in terms of agility, angles, foot, bone, stoutness, balance, and proportionality. I think he has class advantages in all of those regions. The one class advantage he doesn't have is just sheer shape down his top. Outside of that, I think the young lady in the yellow shirt has got the best bearing here in terms of his ability to handle the drive. The longer it goes, the better this ferret gets. He's consistent in his view, coming and going. He's proportional. That's the best hog in here. I like the young lady's bear in second in a lot of areas. I love this bear coming at me. Really bold up in his chest floor and forearm. I think he ties together his ham loin hookup just a shade differently than what I like. And when this bear goes away, he's not as good in terms of how his hind leg hits the surface as what our class winner is. But I like the shape. I like the muscle right out of his shoulder. Really, really powerful. The interesting bear comes in third. This guy, big forearm, big front foot, yet strong pasterns. On the profile, this was going to be my class winner. You got to call him big enough in his heart and forerib. My challenge is when you get in behind him, he pulls his hock in, he closes up in his pin set. I don't think he leaves you powerful enough in terms of the way his hind leg hits the surface. The bear that comes in fourth, man, early on, this is a big back, big hip bear. I didn't know if he'd have enough bone. I didn't know if he'd have enough skeleton. The more he drives, the frailer he gets to me out here. The more he drives, the tighter he gets, because the bear just wouldn't ever relax and walk. He kind of runs everywhere, but a big puppy bear up high, lots of shape. Cool profile, cool rear bear out here. Doesn't come at you strong enough. A little mature about his head, but I like that bear's pin set. Like that bear down his top line. Need to make him match underneath. I thought 6 was a good kind of bear. Moderate, big body, thick, a little soft-footed, a little low set out here, but I like his width and stoutness. Same for the blue bear that comes next. A little different, the shape to his hock. A little out there in terms of his rear leg, but heavy built, really bold skeleton bear. Nice basic hog here. Nothing just wows you about him, but yet there's nothing fundamentally wrong. Good joints, good feet, good shape. I like him a good deal. As we close the remainder of the class, we're starting to lose structure just a little bit. They're getting a little outside themselves. We're getting a little unorthodox on how they handle their hind leg, but extra stout, extra powerful. Great set of crossbred bears.
First place was Trinity Bolger from Colorado. Second place, Caitlin Bean from California. Third place, Jenna Brome from Nebraska. Fourth place, Landon Roberts from Kansas. Fifth place, Grace Harderack from California. Sixth place, Blake Keller from Iowa. Seventh place, Braden Collar from California. Eighth place, Cooper Hardwick from Colorado. Ninth place, Gracie Ryan from California. And 10th place, Hannah Slate from California. Ready for class 26.
So to recap, that was class 25. Trinity Bolger wins it.
Peaks 26 are 260 to 262.
Peaks to Prairie, sired by Wild Will. I have a feeling that might be a littermate to one that won a class a while ago. And then Caitlin Bean goes second in that class. Alton Water Show Pigs, sired by Wedding Night. We're on to class 26. I think I just heard him say we're 260s.
60 to 61, so pretty tight.
Yeah, I got a 62 right 62. There, but pretty close. Yep, 2 pounds separates them.
They get a flat 15 way back here. I think they've only caught one so far.
I saw a gilt yesterday, but yeah, I think one barrow today. That's always a challenge. You want them to look full, but you definitely don't want to weigh one out.
It is a game to play. Looks like Trip Kaiser, I believe.
1161, yep.
From Eaton, Colorado, CNC Show Pigs. Hog sired by Bad to the Bone. Caleb Christensen standing over here over my shoulder. I could tell he had one in here. Young family getting started raising hogs, doing a nice job. Wow, I was just looking at the list of pedigrees here, not knowing what anything is, but straight whiskey, straight survivor, scared straight whiskey.
Shine on.
Shine on.
It would be a sunshine whiskey son. Yeah. Yep.
We got some relation out here.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of sunshine and whiskey.
And obviously that brings another point to our attention. There's quite a few of these Ottenwalter hogs out here. Mark and Sandy are a big supporter of this show. They provide a lot of monetary donation to make this deal run. And then if you haven't met Russell Pedret, he's second to none in terms of the way he takes care of his customers. We appreciate the Ottenwalters and their sponsorship here at the show.
Pigs that win. They are very good at making pigs that win. 1264 catches a scale. Peyton Rogers. Heimer Hampshires, no sire listed.
My guess?
Or I'm guessing H&H is Heimer Hampshires. Maybe
Yes.
not, but
Yes, absolutely.
that would be my guess.
Again, the Rogers family, no stranger to success in the show ring at California State Fair, made the move to Missouri, and I believe young lady did real well at Denver last year also. So
Looks like 1029. Nope, maybe not. Yep, 1029 is going to catch a scale. That is Wyatt Mazik, Perry, Michigan. Albright Swine Farm, sired by Vinny. Got this young man. We'll get a back number on him. 1025.
Owen Bachman from Yuba City, California. Ottenwalter hog there. Straight whiskey.
He's weighing quite a few in this class. Depth of quality's there.
Looks like so far he's going to weigh 6 of them, I think.
Yep,
That'd be
we
one
got
of the deeper
1040
ones.
just got on the scale.
That's Claire Kelly, Tracy, California. Ottenwalter show pigs. Hogs sired by Straight Survivor.
Another straight survivor. Straight survivor sired the champion here last year. $10.05. Looks like Macy Taylor, Santa Maria, California, bred by Nick Kessler. And there is no sire listed.
Nick, if you want us to know what that hog is, you can text me.
Yeah.
Since you're all the way at home in Oregon. He claims to be Farrellin, but... Colorado hog here of Trip Kaisers, bred by CNC Show Pigs.
That
Bad
is
to the
a
bone.
rugged barrow.
Bad to the bone, I think.
He
yeah.
has
It's
a big
stout,
forearm.
Burly hog.
Yes, he is.
I'm just going to guess this is a dirty secret from the Heimer firm, but that one's hind leg is something to see in person.
Yes,
Holy moly.
indeed.
He is big-legged. It's the definition of running uphill.
Uh-huh. For sure.
Those Rogers girls have been fun to watch since the time they started. Intensity.
That barrow has got a gear in him, too. He moves. He might fit in over there in the steer barn.
Yeah, he is steer-legged.
He might give some of them steers a run for their money on bone.
Owen Rockman is the next hog out. Young man in the red shirt there. Ottenwalter hog, sired by Straight Whiskey.
It's a good class. Maybe one of the deeper classes we've seen today. Just in terms of sheer quality and his top ends, they got some different types and kinds, but I think their quality.
And I think a testament to they don't all have to look just alike
Nope.
to be good, because I would anticipate there's 2 barrows that are probably going to end up on the top side of this class that are polar opposites in terms of type and kind, but you have to love both those hogs for what they are.
Absolutely. Yep. Totally agree.
I'm speculating. Can you tell I have 2 favorites?
Don't pull a Shannon, though.
No,
Don't
I'm
say
not.
which one you
I-
like, because he's jinxed
I'll-
a few kids today.
I'll leave it up for...
he's pinning them fast now, and he's got his 3 out there that he's going to break down and analyze here.
Amazing hogs, the black one over there on the edge. Hog raised by Albright, sired by Vinny.
And then you got the 64, which is
Trip.
which is the Peyton Rogers, and we don't exactly know the pedigree, but we got guesses. Bred by Heimers. And you got the CNC pig, belted kind of pig here. Interesting class.
This class. Okay, this is what I think out here, and I'll at least try to share my thoughts with you, what goes through my mind. We talk a lot at our university with our students in the judging band about always starting positive, because too often do we see something that's unique and start to pick it apart instead of applauding where it is truly unique. And I think we've got 3 Barrows out here that exemplify a lot of quality and a lot of unique pieces in different regions. I think the more you get to study the Barrows out here, without a doubt, I think there's a Barrow amongst this 3 that I don't know as I've ever seen one quite built like him, in terms of the extreme foot size, the extreme leg size, and yet his ability to balance and have presence on the profile. Now, with that stated, is he beyond flawed? No, he could come at you a little square up front, and his hind leg is right there on the edge of his framework. But still, I think it's important to focus on the positives. This printed up Barrow the young lady's going to start with down here, I don't know as I've seen a Barrow with that head and throat line and that size of forearm and hind leg skeleton. Very, very unique class winner in this particular drive that we have to work with. My compliments to her. Initially, you know, for some, we could say the black Barrow that's going to be second down here, he's quote-unquote the safer Barrow. He's a little more correct when he comes at you in his front knee. He's a big-body Barrow. He's attractive, and that's cool. He's a nice, safe Barrow in the profile. He's not nearly as unique in his skeletal density, and when this Barrow goes right away, I got to have a bigger pin set and a bigger hind leg at a major stock show to go ahead and start with. Love his balance, love his design, love his look. Simply not as unique and as far out there as what our class winner is. The Barrow that comes in third, massive in his skeletal density, massive in his muscle, and I like all that about him. He's a little crunchy headed out here, a little squishy footed, and then his hind leg doesn't work quite as comfortably as either the class winner or the Barrow that's going to be second today. The Barrow that comes in fourth, a little skinny in his body, a little racy rib, but man, this Barrow's well presented, impeccably good shape down his top line. Love that Barrow's rear view. I want to ease his top down, roll his fore rib a little differently, give him just a little more practical look. I thought the Barrow that comes in five has that blade, has that fore rib, good Barrow out at the top and back of his shoulder. He'll tend to pull his hock in just a little bit, tend to stab his rear feet to the ground, just a little more unorthodox to what the Barrows ahead of him do. Great build, great balance Barrow, runs out of bone, runs out of density and skeleton out here. Love his design, love his basic kind, simply not as unique as some of what we've had. The Barrow that comes next, I think his hind leg comes out at the base of his hands a little differently. He's a little out there in his hock, not the biggest legged Barrow, but study his value in terms of his body, his freshness down his top line. I like that Barrow a good deal. We close with the remainder of the class. We got some big body Barrows coming out. Study their bone, their foot size relative to their body mass. They're not as genuine in their meat animal shape. They're a little more nondescript in terms of their muscularity. Another great class across bred Barrows out here to evaluate your show.
Congratulations to Peyton Rogers from Missouri, first place. Second place, from Michigan. Third place, Trip Kaiser from Colorado. Fourth place, Owen Brockman from California. Fifth place, Macy Taylor from California. Sixth place, Claire Kelly from California. Seventh place, Cade Orstrand from Oregon. Eighth place, Jeremy Nettles from California. Ninth place, Carson Orstrand from Oregon. 10th place, Caitlin Carter from Washington. We're ready for class 27.
So to recap, Peyton Rogers wins that class with a Heimer bred hog.
263 to 265.
And then Wyatt Mazik from Michigan with an Albright swine farm sired by Vinny goes second in that class. And the rear leg on that class winner was something that I don't think I've ever seen. That was a stout-legged pig.
I think Mark couldn't have said it any better there on that class winner, and I know we all get guilty of being critical on these things because that's just kind of the name of the game, but it's hard to breed one like that with that kind of jawline and tallness of shoulder to run uphill and then be that big-legged. He's said he's right there on the edge in terms of hind leg, but that's as close as you can make one to being.
But you know, with being that, he didn't miss a step out there, and he was at a fast pace the entire time he was out there in the ring, and he didn't miss a step. So.
Yeah, you can't get critical on ones that are that hard to make.
No, and then we're in there at that 260 range, so it's not like he's in a lightweight. You know, he's ready. He's there kind of to his weight, and so and still carry it.
Put 15 pounds on that.
Yeah, yep. Looks like we're gonna weigh one right here, 1217, Bailey Grove, Hidden Valley Lake, California, Weisinger bred hog. If we didn't say, I think we're running 260s, 265s. There's a 263. Yeah, 63 to 65, somewhere in that range.
Looks like Aaliyah Rogers caught the scale there. It's what I would assume is an Ottenwalter bred hog.
You would imagine.
Cowboy Swag. Sire.
Cowboy Swag. That boy's done a good job for a lot of years now. Was it James is there at Small Town for a while, and now is up at Alton Walters. And this young lady in the pink shirt catches a scale, and I'll try to get her back number here. $12.70. Kaylee Lugman from Hanford, California, bred by Malays, Baby Blue. Just about to drop the last one in. Nope, got a couple more to drop in. All right, guys, sorry about that. Shannon got us sidetracked, but we'll get you all the back numbers of the ones that have been weighed as soon as they come back out. Again, a fairly deep class. I think he's weighed 4, and that he'll rework back to the top. Oh, maybe gonna bring 6 back out. So the first one out is the Bailey Grove Weisinger hog. No sire listed on that, unless ... is the sire, because that's all we have
listed. Next one out here
listed.
is Leah Rogers,
Yep.
Ottenwalter bred hog, Cowboy Swag.
She's no stranger to winning.
Family does an awesome job.
This young gal is 1270. Kaylee Lugman, Malay Show Pigs, a baby blue. $12.29. Austin Young, Galt, California, Heimer, Dirty 239.
We've seen quite a few dirty 239s
Yeah,
here.
yeah, good pigs. Next one out, that light-skinned Barrow. Runs uphill, got some good extension. Can't catch a back number, but we'll get it for you. Gonna work 6. Young lady in the purple vest, 1118. Still didn't. Oh, yep, there we go. Grace Curry, Small Town Genetics. Shots fired. Should have known. James is standing right here behind us.
I could hear his voice.
Uh-huh.
I knew there was one out there. His.
Then we missed one, right?
1206.
1206. That didn't help us much.
No, it didn't.
He's working them down now. He'll get down to his
Catch a
top
fin.
3, I think, here. Got 3 out there.
Got the Grove hog from Weisinger. We don't know the sire on that one. Ernest, you got to start putting your sires on here and helping us out. Got the Melee hog, sired by Baby Blue, right out there in the center of your shot right now. And then Small Town Genetics. What was that one sired by again?
Shots fired, I think. Yep.
Outside of our class
Nope.
winner, lots of hogs that floated up and maybe have floated down, depending on the views that I get. I see a young lady in the purple shirt out here, the taller girl, has got our class winner. I think this bear hits the ring like a class winner should, in terms of coming at you strong, got a great pattern and profile from the side view. You get on top of him and you like his shape that he has going away. My fear with this bear is the longer we would drive him, I think the quicker in his step off of his rear leg he will get, but I think for this particular class, he puts the most totals together for me personally. I think 2 and 3 are very, very close. I like the real dark blue bear to be second out here. Young lady does a really good job of driving a wide skeleton, big bold top bear that has just a little more flex in terms of his hind leg than the bear in third. I'm a little nervous about this guy off of his front end. His elbow will be a little far forward. He's really wide and opened up, but he's right there on the edge of his front end going out. I thought the young lady paced him very well. If I was to give a showmanship award in this class, it would be the young lady here in third. I mean, this young lady has done a great job because her bear is a little vertical in the angle to his hind leg, and guess what? She knows that, and she never pushed him. She took him real easy out here. He's really a nice bear in the front 2/3 of his body, a little soft in his flank line. And then for me personally, I want him to reach it just a little farther, stepping off of his hind leg today. But man, she never pushed him. She worked with him well. That's a high quality light skinned bear there in 3. The bear that I moved up in 4 has that bone, that feature, and that hind leg of a class winner that we had in our first division. If we're going to show a bear of this stoutness and moderation, I want to clean his face up just a little. He's a little woolly headed. When that bear's woolly head and a little dingy skin, makes him look a little stale out here. But man, he is big legged, wide skeleton, and got a huge hind leg. The bears that come in 5 and 6 are big, long, pretty bears. They're shaped well when you get in behind them. Problem with both these bears is coming at you. They're a little narrow, they're a little dry. This guy's a little soft in his front feet. This one here needs more bone, but extra good. In terms of pin set, top line, back shape, I like those bears a good deal. Got a bear in 7 coming out from a profile. You love his range of motion, his agility, and I think when you study him as an individual, you like him. You put him in the mix out here for a crossbred bear. He just doesn't have enough pin set, doesn't have enough stifle and muscle going right away nor coming at you. The bear that comes in 8, big rib, really practical, a little flat in his forearm, just a little compact, but I like his body design. Then we can let the final 4 roll out here. Really thick, practical kinds of bears, just a little more general in their look. Need just a little different hind leg design in a couple of them. Great set. My compliments once again to all the exhibitors doing a nice job out here today.
Let's congratulate Bailey Grove, our first place winner from California. Second place, Kaylee Lundman from California. Third place, Grace Curry from California. Fourth place, Kylie Allen from Texas. Fifth place, Allie Rogers from California. Sixth place, Austin Young from California. Seventh place, Brennan Anderson from Kansas. Eighth place, Lily Barber from Oregon. Ninth place, Travis Higgins from California. 10th place, Dylan Gilligan from Colorado. Congratulations. We are ready for class 20.
So to recap 27, Bailey Grove wins that one with the Weisinger hog sired by Renaissance. And Kaylee Lugman from California with the Malay hog sired by Baby Blue goes second.
Hog out there in the ring right now is Tristan Roscoe with a Heimer Hampshire Barrow. You don't know the sire on that one. Tristan's had a lot of success at several shows, and this one included. Last year had the champion crossbred gilt here. Awesome young lady. I remember when I first met her, it was years ago in California, actually. They were there at the time. San Diego County Fair. I think she maybe won that show then. Gonna weigh her barrow.
It's like we're into the 270s now. 268 through 274.
What is that? 1250. Kylie Gillard from California, No Limit Genetics, a hog sired by Out of Breath again. Catches the scale. Mallory Yokel from Missouri with a Frontline Genetics Barrow, sired by 71. That one caught my eye right as he came out. Looks like a really tough class. The 3 barrows here on the top side of this deal look pretty impressive. It'll be fun to see them back out. Looks like Lexi Hernandez from California. Ottenwalter Show Pigs Barrow, sired by Wedding Blues, is over there on the other side, headed to the scale now, coming this way. Again, she was the champion market hog here last year, so both the young ladies that won the Gilt and Barrow show are out here in this particular class.
Yeah, this could be an interesting class.
Wedding Blues yesterday won the Gilt show. I think won 2 divisions and had several at the top side of it. Another boar that's doing a nice job from the Ottenwalter firm.
We have been very happy with our Wedding Blues that we've had at our place. He does a good job. He stamps a good look in them.
He does a nice job. We're anticipating a litter of those here coming up in the next couple of days. That's Mom's at Home Farrowing. Be nice if she could come to some of these shows, but somebody apparently has to stay home and do the work.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got one due tomorrow, so we got people at home going to be watching them. But we've got a Wedding Blues daughter we're pretty excited about that my daughter showed last year that we are very excited to get in a crate. Had a 1043.
MS Suing from Oregon, another Ottenwalter sired pigs, wedding night.
What's he weighed? 6 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming off the scale right now.
If you're sitting at home thinking about a show to come to that you haven't marked off your list yet, guys, this show in Phoenix is awesome. The weather usually is pretty accommodating. We've been complaining about it being
a little colder
but, I mean,
than
it's still.
We left 30 degrees in snow, so
There's no snow. The sun's shining. Beautiful show. The folks here are really friendly and accommodating. I talked to Shannon yesterday. I said, "What are they going to do when you guys fill this barn up?" And they said that the show staff has talked about maybe getting some more pens and tents. So if you thinking about making the trip, sure, come on out. They're more than happy to accommodate and glad to have folks come to Arizona to this show.
I haven't heard from this year, but I know last year I think they had 86% show up of entries, and if you've been around shows, that is huge percentage that shows up.
They've had some growing pains along the way, but like I said, in 5 years to go from 123 to 1,000 heads, a pretty
Phenomenal.
good jumping.
Yep.
There's all kinds of entertaining things to do here too. The food, I guess we haven't been out and ate at any of the steakhouses, but I know Durant's is an awesome place to go. The Keg.
Even here on the grounds, my wife just went to get our son because he's going to go do the Pee Wee Rodeo, which he has been looking forward to from last year. He's the reigning bull riding champion from the Pee Wee Rodeo last year.
Is that over in the Coliseum?
I think it's right over here in maybe over by the other side of the food court or something. I think they get on a stick horse or something and ride them out. So, and my daughter is the reigning barrel racing champion from last year, so they got titles to uphold, you know.
It's entertainment here on the fairgrounds too.
Yep.
Let's congratulate those exhibitors that have been dismissed. Thank you.
Tristan comes out with
1328.
her Heimer Hampshire hog here, I believe he was.
Yep. No breeding on it, but
Could be a number of boars. Jesse's got a lot of good young boars there and obviously reaches out and uses the best and has a plan for the next generation coming. This one's an out of breath, I believe.
1114.
No Limit Genetics. Kylie, another young lady who's had a lot of success within her state and outside of it. does a great job getting them shown. Frontline Genetics here, Mallory Yokel.
From Missouri. Sired by 71. Here's Lexi with her Wedding Blue sired, correct?
Yes, sir. Ott and Walter hog there. That is a nice pair of Barrows there on the top side, and not to take anything away from any of the others because there's still two really good ones. I don't know. I think he's going to try not to wear these things out, sorting through them. Went ahead and pinned a couple of those back again as he sorts these three.
Emma Suing from Oregon. Their wedding night Alton Water bred barrow. Reworking 7 here. .42 is another Alton Water bred, sired by Short Bus, Madison Kelly.
Just gonna go ahead and put Tristan's pig back in the pen. Not to place him, I don't believe. I think he'll rework that top three.
Right, rework them, yeah.
Again, we're at 1275 to 70.
You've been in that steer barn too long. 275.
Add numbers, dyslexic, can't find the right one.
Gotta figure out which barn she's in.
Colorado State education at its finest. I was gonna say we're at a good weight, but 1275 might be a little big.
A little overdone.
It'll be fun to see all the championship drives. We've kind of been stuck over here in the hog barn. I hear the steer show was good. Goat show was really, really tough yesterday. They picked those division winners and lambs as well. So we'll get them all here at 2:30.
How we doing on time? 12:49. I think we're gonna make it.
Another Lexi's hog stays out here too, so he's going to keep sorting the top 4. Out of breath barrow of Kylie's, sired by No Limit Genetics. We have the Frontline hog, sired by 71 from Mallory Yokel in Missouri. And then Tristan Roscoe with her Heimer Hampshire unknown sire barrow here.
This might take him a little bit. He's got some good ones. Probably would have won several of the classes if they were split up. Gonna put Lexi, looks like 4th.
Yeah, Tristan goes 3rd. Left with those 2 barrows he pinned initially.
Yep.
Must have hit him pretty hard out here, but I'd say a really, really deep class. Go ahead and hear what he has to say.
Got to stay focused on the task at hand because too many times in my mind is the show dad and the pig breeder popping into my mind, because I don't know, in terms of a set of Barrows on feed for our boys at home, I'd take either one of these, any show I want to go to, regardless of the size or magnitude, scope, or scale. You will be in contention at the end of the day with either one of these two. Tremendously powerful. Only problem is neither one of these two young ladies are my boys. We don't own the Barrows. Second of all, my Barrow breeding mentality is in my head. I haven't made a Barrow recently that looks like either one of these, so I'm frustrated there. Not only do I not own either Barrow, but also I didn't breed either Barrow, so now I'm back to the show judge standpoint, and it's amazing to me. I don't know what these Barrows weigh, but when you get on top of them, I can't believe how much mass and spread and volume there is in these hogs. Tremendously powerful, and a great pair of Barrows here at the upper end. I think when you get it, you know, in golly, they're both good, and I want to say it's close, but when the gate opened for your class-winning Barrow in this particular class, it was almost over. I love the shape to his head, his blade, his form, and his front foot is absolutely massive and impeccably built. Then from there back, he's a beautifully designed Barrow that has the right kind of hock, the right kind of hind leg design set in him. Young lady in the yellow shirt here has got an absolute ton of a Barrow. We pick up high. You know, if we're going to be picky, he might pay just a nickel in his lower stifle, but I think that's being real critical of a good Barrow. Young lady in second just picked the wrong class to be in today, because this is a class-winning kind of Barrow. We've talked all day about foot, bone, feature, and mass. This Barrow has that to the extreme out here. Love that about him, and yet he handles it very comfortably. Tremendously bold and stout. Not as unique at the crest of his neck, not quite as cool down his back as what our class winner is. If I didn't have to see that view of this Barrow can go a long ways. He almost looks like he needs to be a class before, because this is a beautiful show Barrow, great top line, beautiful hip, great cosmetic shape to his hand, great set to his hind leg. He tends to flick just a little bit coming at me, comes in just a nickel at his knee, and he runs out of sheer horsepower relative to that top pair. But check that one out. That's a pretty impressive third place Barrow at a national show. Young lady here, same story. This profile and rear view of this Barrow is next level. The only problem is he's got to come at me, and in this level of competition, he ran into a couple of gorillas. He's not quite stout enough coming right at you. The next young lady does a great job of showing a Barrow that comes at me really good. I love this guy's hook pushing, his comfort, his blade shape. When he goes away, he's a little teardrop shape to his ham. Want to drop his twist down and give him a bigger pin set to roll. Massive, stout, wide, and powerful are all the adjectives that describe the Barrow 6. The only problem is at this level of competition, you don't have to make excuses for structure, because those other Barrows were as stout and wide, just sounder. This guy's a little tied up behind, but he is opened up and powerful. Little plainer feature Barrow comes in 7, but I love the utility, love the body and rib, just a little cresty neck, a little crunchy headed. I know I've talked too long. This young lady in 8 should be proud of her Barrow. This is a beautiful show pig, but he's got little front legs, and little front legs in this class will get you about 8. I mean, got to be stouter. What's there is good. Needs more of him. Got a real good Barrow here, real basic, a little general. The shape to his top needs to just have more freshness. The remaining 3 Barrows, as we talked about all day, a little plain featured, a little more nondescript. Great set of Barrows. I'm totally impressed with that particular class of prospects.
That was a tremendous pair on the top of that deal. I think it got Dr. Hogue pretty excited, and I know it got both of us excited. So, your class winner in that deal is Mallory Yoakley from Missouri, bred by Frontline Genetics, sired by 71.
Let's congratulate Mallory Yoakley from Missouri, first place. Second place, we have Kylie Gillard from California. Third place, Tristan Roscoe from Texas. Fourth place, Alexis Hernandez from California. Fifth place, Michaela Lorwell from Texas. Sixth place, Emma Sewing from Oregon. Seventh place, Galvin Wheatley from California. Eighth place, Madison Kelly from California. Ninth place, Braden Bowers from Washington. And in 10th place, Ryan Atherton from Kansas. This is our division break at this point in time.
Why can't I find that one?
So we're doing the division championship now. I didn't realize we were doing that, but so this will be considered our middleweight division. And I didn't get the chance to announce the second in that last class was Kylie Gillard, an out of breath sired by No Limit Genetics, or raised by No Limit Genetics. To say this division was tough is an understatement. I think there's a lot of Barrows back there in the barn that thought they were coming to win and aren't even at the table right now. That's a testament to the depth of quality that's been here.
That frontline barrow out of the last class is pretty unique, and we talked the Rogers hog in his class, the painted up calico out there, and I know he likes some things about him. Let's hear what he has to say when he picks a division champion.
If anybody wants to say that crossbred show bears aren't very good right now, and we are doing a poor job as an industry of making good show pigs, I would encourage you to get them on the phone or maybe FaceTime them to show them some of these upper end bears at the Arizona National. This has absolutely been an incredible division. We started strong with the young lady in the white shirt over there. We ended strong with the young lady in the mustard colored sweater here. And guess what? It's all good in between. And those class winners, been a tremendous set to put together. I know I'm taking too long. It seems the older I get, the more random my stories get and the longer I talk. So I need to briefing that up maybe just a little bit. Can't say enough of my compliments as a show dad. You should be proud as family members to have these bears out here present and represent your family, represent the breeders behind these bears in tremendous fashion. It takes a lot of management, takes a lot of skill at home to have these hogs look and drive the way they do out here. My personal compliments to each of you. Your champion within this division wins the last class. Let's congratulate him.
That's Mallory Yoki from Missouri. That'll bring in Kylie Gillard from California.
I was telling myself in my mind it was really going to be close for reserve, and what's interesting is you could do a lot of different things here, but when that second place bear, that gate opens up and he comes at you like a gorilla in terms of his forearm, his chest, his feature. And that front view is critically important for me in show bears. It's the general indicator of genuineness from their back. Great set of bears out here, but the man amongst boys is a young lady that's going to get second for the champion to be reserved within this division.
That's Kylie Gillard, also from California. Congratulations. 275 to 277 in the weights. Class 29, weight break at 275 to 277.
Pair of barrows that is extremely tough to make right there. Mallory Yoakley from Missouri, bred by Frontline Genetics, sired by 71, and we're guessing that's Hold My Beer 71 at Wintex. Second goes to Kylie Gillard from California, No Limit Genetics, sired by Out of Breath.
If you didn't hear Dr. Hoag's comments there about maybe we shouldn't be so hard on the quality of barrows that we're raising nowadays, you should definitely listen up, because I think all the way through, I've sat here for the last 3 years and we had some serious hip and hind leg issues. And to be truthful, all the way down, we really have made a sword on that.
No, absolutely. I think when we start putting emphasis on that, it's become extremely important. And as breeders, I know we try for it every day. It doesn't always work out exactly the way we want it to, but we try to do them. Got Mr. Backman up here, probably tell us we're doing some things wrong, get us lined out.
Sounds perfect to me.
Perfect. If James says it's perfect, it's perfect. The 1063s right here in front of us. Mari Horwath from California, bred by Altenwater, sired by Shine On. We got 1345. Zachary Padilla from California, Desert Show Pig, sired by Blue Wahoo. 1058 is Tawny Roberts from Colorado. Looks like she bred that one herself, sired by White Privilege.
Robert's family, I believe, had the reserve barrow at the Colorado State Fair, doing a really nice job. Won a couple divisions here over time.
Let's see, 1153's out there. Avery Kimball from Colorado, CNC Show Pigs and Diamond Livestock. Another bad to the bone. Looks like we had one catch a scale so far. Going to be 1029. And that is... I don't see 1029 on there. Am I losing my mind?
I do not see 1029 either.
Wyatt, I heard.
1030. He was in the last drive and didn't switch his number for green or reserve.
1030 we're hearing.
He was in the last class. He didn't change it.
So that'd be Wyatt Mazik, bred by Platt, sired by Baby Blue. That boar's surfaced some to the top today. Jack Goodwin's coming in the scale next. I didn't even see Jack come in the deal. Altenwater Show Pig, sired by 13-2. I would say that's a litter mate to at least one of the boars that they've laid into stud there in the last month.
Jack sure is a good kid.
Jack is a very good kid. He's
Really
going to
hardworking.
be a force in this deal for several years to come.
Always willing to lend a
Still looking
hand.
for bios for our champions today. We need our champion Chester, Maggie Roche. We need our Spot, Madeline Yoakley. We need our Burke, JT Stinson. We need our Duroc, Marilyn Wilson, Hereford, Brett Taylor. And our York, Mr. Anderson, Brendan Anderson. Please bring those up. Appreciate it.
1117's on the scale. Grace Curry will be a Small Town Genetics, sired by Shots Fired. I know that Shots Fired boar has been doing a great job for James down there.
That last barrow she had that ended up in the top side of the class with
Yep.
the shots fired as well.
Yep. And we're up there on these. I think we're kind of topped out at what, 274 maybe in this class. Oh no, we got, what are we at? Are we 277? I see. We're in those upper 270s, so 275, 277. Approaching those tops.
We still have 5 classes yet to go here in this heavyweight division, so they're gonna get bigger.
Yeah.
They're gonna get bigger.
And 285's max, so.
With a 15-pound weigh back.
Yep. I'd say maybe not the overall depth in this class, but I think the top 3 he sent on the scale are definitely competitive ones. So when do you fly back out of here?
I fly out this evening at 7:30, so hopefully get to get all the champion drives in before we head to the airport.
Then home for a while or back on the road?
Head back to Wisconsin for a little while, and then New Year starts over and lots of show clinics and work to be done. So I'll head out after that, make it to Denver a little bit, coming up in a couple weeks. How about you guys? When are you headed back?
We're actually going to fly back on the 2nd. We're going to stick around and do a few things. Don't involve pigs for a couple days.
Celebrate the New Year? See the Grand Canyon? Did you do that yet?
Nope, we didn't. My 8-year-old thinks we need to go to American Girl doll store, so that might be the highlight of our trip for her.
Some of those originals are collector's items now.
You know, she's got several of them, and they don't tell me what they pay for them. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
That's a need-to-know basis.
And the 6-year-old wants to go to Legoland, so.
Awesome.
Let's congratulate our exhibitors that have been dismissed.
Looks like he's reworking these out here now.
Got Wyatt Mazik out there.
Jack Goodwin, the Alton Water bred one. Sired by 13-2. Then the Shots Fired, bred by Small Town, that wider belted barrow out there.
Great way to start our heavyweight division out here. We've got a pair of young men that are vying for first and second place out here. And I think as you start at the skull of each one of these barrows, I like the stoutness, the more genuine barrow. In terms of his skull, his blade, his form, his chest width, the belted barrow closest to me here is going to be your class winner. I think this barrow just transitions smoother from one region of his body to the next relative to our Baron second. I think it's close because when you get in behind our class winner, I'd like to intensify his stifle muscle just a little. That's where the black bear really has an advantage. He's big up high, big in his pin set, and bold in his hind leg. Challenge is he's a little frailer headed bear that comes in just a shade more up underneath in his chest floor and his forerib. The bear in third, I love the front 2/3 of. Comes at you like a good kind of market hog should. Turns the blade and form, goes away. Just a little more refined and a little different in his hind leg relative to our class winner, our top pair. But I still thought came at you stronger than our Baron fourth. The big black bear's got some unique pieces to talk about in terms of his shape down his top line, his stoutness of hip. This is a big-legged bear on both ends of his skeleton, yet he's strong pastern. Bear comes in at his knee too much when you get right in front of him. The very well presented bear in pin 5 comes out. Big body, the really fleshy kind of a bear. Study the genuine indicators of a market hog. He needs a bigger forearm, he needs a bigger blade, and just more genuine roll to the center part of his body. He's big up high, want to just make that bear a little more genuinely wide. The blue bear's got that width, got that stoutness and feature that I see. He's pretty soft in his front feet. Want to raise him up there, and I think he'll balance just a little bit differently than what he does. Really a good body pig coming out next, thick, wide, and chunky. A little soft in terms of his pastern, a little cresty there at the top of his neck. Got a belted bear that's got lots of power coming next. Once again, a little rounder in his hip, a little rounder in his blade. I don't think he balances quite as well, but I love that hog when I'm up on him. The blue bear needs more upper rib and needs to be fresher, but a good built bear with a good set of running gear, feet, legs are sure good. The remaining 3 bears, we're starting to lose that width. We're starting to lose that shape down their top line. They're big scale, long body dogs. Let's compliment the entire class on a job well done here in your heavy division.
So our champions, Wyatt Mazik, first place. Michigan, second place. Jack Goodwin from Oregon, third place. Grace Curry from California, fourth place. Mara Horworth from California, sixth place. Josh Cole from California, seventh place. Avery Kimball from Colorado, eighth place. Emily Cavey from Colorado, ninth place. Cooper Doherty from California, and in 10th place, Zachary Padilla from California. We're ready for Class 30. Class 30 weight break is 278 to 281.
So Wyatt Mazik wins that class. Baby blue sired pig bred by Platt. And then Jack Goodwin from Bend, Oregon, with an Altenwater bred pig, sired by 13-2, goes second in that class.
You got Brad Mabry and Travis Platt both sitting up here watching the show. Those two gentlemen, Platt sorted the barrows or the gilts yesterday, and Mabry worked through the kids on showmanship. Both of them did an awesome job. Lots of positive comments on both of their efforts out here. Mabry had fun with those kids in showmanship. I thought that was fun to see.
Yes, he did. I visited with him a little bit yesterday, and he's pretty passionate, it seems like, about this industry, and Platt, I thought, just, that gilt show yesterday was as tough as you have to sort, and I enjoyed the fact that he just picked good hogs. I don't feel like there was any single trait. I don't think there was any type and kind necessarily. He just picked good hogs, and again, with the sale numbers yesterday, I think that was pretty obvious.
You got Haley Montgomery there, catches a pin with an Ott and Walter hog. She's from California. That hog is sired by Straight Survivor.
We're up into the 278s to 280s, I think, here. Yep. Looks like we got another one coming to the scale. 10:02. Christy Awalt, Paso Robles, California, bred by Turner, and no sire on that one.
Young lady that works with Joseph Parker, I believe. He's one of the sponsors here for the show with Glitter Dust product. If you guys haven't tried yet, that's making a splash in the show industry. Nice to see him sponsor the show and give back to the kids. While we're mentioning sponsors, another sponsor that's here showing at the show, Generation X Farms, Alan Rios in Merced, California. A program that's grown a lot over the last few years. Do a nice job helping the kids out there as well. Alan and his family are here also.
It's like Kai.
Hog number 1114 to go to the drug testing area, please. Kylie Gillard. Tag 1114, your hog over to the drug testing area, the gray pins just south of the show ring. We need you over there for your drug test. Thank you.
Looks like Kai Typen caught the scale. Altenwater bred, sired by Straight Whiskey.
Got Wyatt Collard there also, if I could find him on this sheet. Here he is. Another Heimer hog. With no surprise, they did not provide a sire again. We're going to have to talk to the Collard family about that.
Maybe it's a secret.
I'd razz him a little, but he helped me haul a lot of bags of feed in, so we'll let it slide this time.
So he's got 4 in the scale, looks like. He's placing down from there. Oh, putting another one on the scale.
How many hogs did the Typen family bring?
I don't know. They bring several. They work very, very, very hard at this. They become a pretty dominant force in our neck of the woods, and they're the ones you look at on the class list and hope they're not in there.
I find it interesting that Shannon, he needed spelled out for a bit, and he needed to rest his voice, but we both know Shannon pretty well.
No, he doesn't rest his voice.
I haven't seen him stop talking since he left here.
Nope.
Shannon's a good guy. He's a dealer for us at ADM Showtech, does a great job there. The family raises some hogs, and then he gives back and helps out with this show a lot. Great family.
He might be getting up there one of your top dealers, isn't he? He sells a lot of feed.
Shannon does a nice job.
And the reason he sells feed is because he helps those kids from start to finish and customer service.
And we can joke about his talking, but his communication is part of that. He does a great job keeping
Absolutely.
up with all those kids.
Yep. We met those guys when they came up for the first Next Level camp, and we been friends ever since. He and Jeff both. They're very passionate about helping kids and doing things right and keeping integrity in this, and they do a good job.
He also, Kaylee Bontrager's been out here helping in the ring the whole time, and no stranger to the NSR, and now she works with Jeff Maynard with Next
Another
Level
real
Showcase.
solid set of bears out here in your heavy division. I sure think the pair of bears at the top end of this class, as you study them individually relative to their weight, have more width in the center part of their blade, the center part of their rib, and the center part of their stifle relative to the bears in 3 and 4. So we get them out here because they're the more genuine pair of bears within the class. And then as you study the pair, one of them is just sounder and more correct in terms of their hind leg. Young man's blue bear is going to start this particular class. Sure think an attractive, well-balanced bear. His feet and legs are right. His body condition's right. His upper rib breathes good. I like to clean him up just a nickel there at the crest of his neck. And I don't know if he's quite as stout in his form as our bear in second. Love the front 2/3 of this bear in second in terms of his feature, his foot size, his body shape, really, really good. He'll tend to come close at the ground behind and be a little quick in his step. Want to alter just the way he settles down behind, but I love the front 2/3 of that bear. Good kind of a hog there in second. The bear that comes in 3, impeccably presented, really pretty, tall-fronted, attractive bear, just a nickel refined in his skeletal density. Starts with just a friendlier muzzle, works down to a smaller foot size, just a more refined body design than what our top pair is. He's leveler down his top line now, Baron 4. Baron 4 is really a heads-up, long-bodied bear, has a neat look initially. Get on top of him, and I think his blade sets too close to his rib cage on a flatter body design than what may be deemed ideal, but tremendous length of pattern, good shake on down his top line. I like the Baron 5th when you study him from a profile and a rear view. His greatest undoing is when he comes right at you. He's a little in his knee, a little flat in his front feet. From their back, I like a lot of things about that particular bear. Little staler version comes out in 6, like this hog's rear view. Big back, big pin set, and really a bold, wide view behind. Just gets a little stale out here and a little refined in his front foot. The black bear, a little general in his balance and design, but I love his rib. I love his volume of muscle, and I think he's got a hind leg that works effectively well. This bear with a different hair and skin, a little more flesh, that's a good built bear. What's really interesting in his pieces today, just not ready for the Arizona National in terms of hair and skin and flesh relative to his counterparts. The remaining 4 bears in the pen, thick and wide and stout. The young lady's bear needs to be sounder. Got a big skinny one that needs more belly, and then a final pair that are just a little plainer featured kind of hogs. Very capably driven by the young people. My compliments to them and their families.
First place, quite a birthday present for Kai Typen from Oregon. Congratulations. Second place, we have Christy Awalt from California. Third place, Hayden from California. Fourth place, Wyatt Collard from Missouri. Fifth place, Trent Ackerman from California. Sixth place, Faith Ecker from Colorado. Seventh place, Trinity Law from Idaho. Eighth place, Joellen Wall from California. Ninth place, Kiera Stroll from Colorado. And in 10th place, Dalton Russell from Arkansas. Congratulations. Class 31 is rolling in the ring, which is weights at 282 to 284.
So Kai Typen wins that last class, Saltwater bred pig, sired by Straight Whiskey. And Christy Awalt, sire bred by Turner, no sire
Maggie
listed.
Roche, Mallory Yoakley, Red Taylor, Brendan Anderson. We need your bios immediately to the announcer stand. Maggie Roche, Mallory Yoakley, Red Taylor, Brendan Anderson. Bring your bios to the announcer stand immediately. Thank you.
So Christy Awalt goes second in that class, bred by Turner. We're already putting some on the scale in this class. Looks like Roderick Corey from Lincoln, California, bred by No Limit Genetics. No sire listed. Has already caught a scale and waiting in a pen.
I think this surface is kind of fun to evaluate hogs on. They use the pellets instead of shavings. You can evaluate a lot in terms of squishiness of pasture and the way those hogs meet the surface out here with this kind of.
Not going to hide the flaws.
No,
You're going to see all the hog. Depending on which end of that you're on, it could be good and it could be bad.
See, we've got Chris Cassidy over here watching the show now, gentleman that sorted the steers earlier today and will be evaluating for your champion drive. Be sure to tune in at 2:30 for the champion drive. Looks like timing-wise we're going to roll straight about into that champion drive.
Looks like 1247 catches a scale. That's Corey Jenkins from Colorado, SD Genetics. No sire listed. Got a white barrow.
Tawny Roberts, I believe. From Hotchkiss, Colorado. Hog raised by herself and sired by Dirty Secret.
All white Dirty Secret. And then it looks like next in line is going to be 1079.
Stromberger. Allie Stromberger from Colorado. Hog raised by Jason Simpson, sired by Lock It Up.
1265 is going to be Peyton Rogers, another H&H. Heimer Hampshires.
That one is as stout featured as her last hog out here. That was class winner and for division.
Yes, indeed.
Good to see some of Simpson's livestock out here. He's a guy that's been breeding hogs for a long time out of Colorado. I know they're home washing sows, putting them in the Fairwing crate.
That is another stout featured one, isn't it? Looks like he has the ones weighed he wanted to weigh and getting the rest placed down.
I think these ones, it's safe to say, are going to be a little big. Well,
yeah.
No, I should not say that. But I don't know as we'll see these ones show up at Denver, but it has been done, so it's really not that long anymore.
With feeds anymore, you know better as well as anybody that there's a lot you can do with good feeds.
Technology has evolved,
yes.
That's for sure.
First one back in the ring is going to be 1151. That is Roderick Corey from Lincoln, California. No Limit Genetics. Second one looks like Corey Jenkins from Colorado, SD Genetics. No sire listed.
Tawny Roberts from Colorado with the hog she raised there, the White Dirty Secret.
Oh, there is a blue spot above his eye. I see it now.
There is a blue spot. Skin and hair on that one.
That is
solid white.
We need Mallory
impeccable.
Oakley, Brett
A lot of
Taylor,
work.
Brendan Anderson. Please come to the announcer stand.
The amount of time these kids put in at home on skin and hair now
Yeah.
is
It takes a dedicated kid to pick an all-white crossbred to bring here.
some of these families don't take a very long break, if any, anymore. They always have a group of hogs in their barn.
One group leaves, the next one's in. Allie Stromberger's out there. Again from Simpson Livestock. It's a Lock It Up.
Rogers Barrow from Heimer, family from California that moved to Missouri. Reserve Grand at Denver last year. Those girls do a great job. Super intense.
Looks like the Corey Jenkins is going to go into fifth.
That barrow is hairy. He's hairy-legged.
Yeah.
Really, really a good set of bears out here. The young lady with the paint painted up bear right here in front of me is, to me, the logical place to start within this drive. You can start at the ground or on either end. This is the boldest, most genuine bear. Tremendous foot size, tremendous forearm, and got a huge hind leg, and yet it works good. To have one big boned and clean jointed, hard to do. That presence, that look, and muscularity, that's a logical place to start. I think 2 and 3 are close. To me, the bear that I like just a little better in terms of freshness is the black bear. Young man in the vest has going to be second. I like this bear up high. I think he's attractive in his head and neck. You take him to the ground, he's not as stout as our class winner, nor is he as good in his hip and hop design as what our class winner is, but I think he's got more bold, fresh shape than the bear does in third. The bear in third, capably driven, big bodied, strong down his top line. This guy's a little cresty neck, a little shorter face kind of bear. Then all that body mass relative to the shape to his form, I'd like to intensify his skeleton just a shade. He's got more rib, got more just sheer natural width of skeleton than the black bear does in forward. This guy's got a real neat shape from behind, and I like his profile. Bear's a little flat in his front feet, then he's a little dry in his heart, dry in his rib, want to fleshen him up just a shade. I told the young lady in 5, this could be the whitest bear that I've ever seen, particularly in the winter. That's hard to do. Hair and skin qualities impeccably well presented. This bear's got a great silhouette and a great profile. The problem is he's built a little more like a breeding gilt than a bear, in my opinion. Get in behind him, just a little faded, a little closed up. The bear that comes in 6, really raw, bold, stout featured kind of bear. I'd say, 3 weeks ago, a really good kind of hog maturities is undoing today through his skull, to the crest of his neck, and then his right hind hop joint's got a little fluid in there. Want to clean that up if we can. Really a big muscle bear coming next, but watch him out of his hip. He's a little quick in his step behind, a little round in his pattern. Love his muscle, love his stoutness. Got a real big rib, thick made bear coming out next. Just a little more nondescript down his top line. A little shorter couple kind of bear, but real thick hand. Want to see just more fresh shape. Same story, heavy bone, good built bear here, just a little wrinkly loin, a little stale. My compliments, got a couple of pretty bears coming next. Just need more to them within this competitive heavyweight drive at the Arizona National.
Let's congratulate Peyton Rogers from Missouri. Broderick Corey from California. 3rd place, Ali Stromberger from Colorado. 4th place, Corey Jenkins from Colorado. 5th place, Twani Roberts from Colorado. 6th place, Rachel Rumsey from Oklahoma. 7th place, Ethan McKeegue from California. 8th place, Austin Young from California. 9th place, Ryan Matthews from California. And 10th place, Ellie Bulla Brown from Arizona. Congratulations. We're ready for class 32. We have 3 to go. 32, 33, and 34. All the hogs in this class weigh 285. 285.
Peyton Rogers wins that last class with, again, bred by Heimers. Assuming was it a litter mate? Did you find it? Nope, not a litter mate. Very similar in type and kind, though. Big, stout-legged one. Ali Stromberger from Colorado goes second. Bred by Simpson, sired by Lock It Up. We're already on to the next class and putting some on the scale.
Chloe Stevens is the first one we weighed there.
Brooklyn Blake's going on from California, bred by Chad Hill, sired by Bad Donkey.
That first hog was bred by Wintex, sired by Teen Spirit. I've actually been hearing a lot of good things about the Teen Spirit boar.
Yep, he's at upper hand. Another Wintex boar.
We got Brooke Stromberger headed over here to get weighed. S&D Show Pigs, another one sired by Dirty Secret. Seen a lot of Dirty Secrets of S&D Show Pigs here. Scott Dean made the trip from Nebraska. Brought a group of people out. Stromberger family does an awesome job. Great people. Got Colin Billings that's going to come next. A Hofschulte bred hog. Sired by Hold the Bull. The classes are getting smaller. We must
Yep.
be getting closer to the
Yep.
end.
I think these are all 285s. And then we'll do another class of 285s and another class of 285s. Again, 285 means they can weigh 300. So we're up to those upper ends, and it's where it gets a little hairy on the scale sometimes.
They're going to go ahead and have to weigh Colin back again. Zero it out.
It's like they're trying to get it all straightened out here. Looks like we got 3 in the pins that he'll rework. Got 1 going back on the scale.
The young lady that just went to the pen, Adalea Sanger from Arizona, a hog raised by Schultz. Shannon's been in here commentating, and sired by Wedding Night.
Looks like we weighed 1 out.
It's like Colin Billings is going to head out. That was a nice barrow.
Yep.
Raised by Hoff Schulte. Hold the bull.
I didn't see a big look of surprise on his face, to be honest with you.
I think he probably knew they were pushing the envelope.
Yep. It's always a fine line. You want them full. You want them fresh. And some of them carry that 300 without an issue. I mean, it's...
Some big framed hogs. They can handle a
Yep.
lot of weight.
Absolutely.
Again, we're on class 32. We got 34 total classes, so we're getting pretty close to the end here. Let's hear what he has to say about this class.
We get into the heavies, and I tell you, I'd be not telling the truth if I didn't tell you that we weighed 1 or 2 out in our family over the years of showing pigs. You get them big, you get them stout. In my opinion, these last classes are about making sure that the individual fits. The frame size fits the body, fits the mass, fits the bulk, and yet can make a way back. And all of that is very, very challenging to do as a feeder and a manager's standpoint. You watch these 3 bears drive out here. I really like the proportionality of our class-winning bear the young lady in the purple skirt has here. Extra good in terms of his stoutness, his feature, his boldness, and his frame size and length of body have actually allowed him to make a way back, and it still fits. He looks like a high-quality show pig that I think fits very, very well. The bear that's going to be second is the young lady down here in the plaid shirt. I like this bear's width of blade. I like his stoutness and hip. I think that's a good bear down his top line. You go from one region of the body to the next, particularly down his top line. He doesn't fit together as well as our class winner. They're the same kind of bear in terms of frame size and length. I want to freshen his loin up and stabilize his left hump just a little. Big pretty bear. Come next. Really like this guy's rear view. When you're up on him, it's pretty impressive how big his pin set, how bold his back is. He comes at you a little dry. Study him on the profile relative to his extension. I want to body him up just a little better than what he is. Bear that comes in fourth, front 2/3 are good. Good rim, good blade, good shape. A little rounder in his rump, a little more different in terms of his stifle joint setting into him. He's got more width than the bear that comes next in pin 6. This guy's good profiling, needs more muscle. The blue bear is a little wasty in his lower flank line and design. Heavy bone, stout, burly skeleton, just a little coarse, a little plain. Our final bear, just a little dry rim, big and extended and long body, just fighting way back. As a result, looks a little dry and stale out here today.
Chloe Stevens from Colorado. Second place, Adalea Sanger from Arizona. Third place, Brooke Stromberger from Colorado. 4th place, Amanda Cousin from California. 5th place, Sienna Galley from California. 6th place, Allie Rogers from California. 7th place, Cody Longbottville from Kansas City. Congratulations, this is class 33. Once again, all these weigh in at 285.
So Chloe Stevens wins that last class. Teen Spirit, bred by Wintex. And Atalia Sanger from Florence, Arizona, sired by Wedding Night, bred by Shoals Farms. So Shannon is proven that he's raising good hogs out there. That was a good barrow to go second in that class. Looks like we're jumping on the scales already in this next class. 1132 is going to be Dirty Secret. Madeline Wilson, bred by Letos from Oklahoma.
We got 1124 Gauge Winners from Oklahoma, bred by Kilmer Bronx. That's a sire on that one. That barrel hit the other end of the gate hard, didn't he? Looks like he snuck out of the scale.
He was looking for a way out. Usually these big barrows have been on the scale several times today.
He is ready to go.
1281 comes on the scale. That looks like Pake Browning from Topeka, Kansas. That's a Polish barrow, sired by High Rise. Looks like we're dropping in the last one into class, and he'll stay true to pace and start getting them pinned down.
Those hogs that hold their tongue like that.
It's always interesting. Gonna weigh that last one that was dropped in. 1192.
Odell from Napa, California. Jack's had some success on the football field this year too, and finds time to get these hogs broke and work skin and hair also.
That's the thing with most of these kids. They're not. They're just good individuals. They excel at most everything they do.
Jack could find time to do all that, but could not provide us with
Pedigrees.
pedigree information. We'll blame it on her.
Uh-huh. Looks like everybody was safe and sound in that class. Not always the case in these upper divisions. So he's reworking 4 of them here.
So many elements to manage when you're getting these hogs ready, from fill to top shape. These guys that are winning these classes kind of have it down to a science.
There's no room to slack when you're trying to get these guys to 12 o'clock. They change daily, hourly, minutely sometimes. We've got some hogs here that are pushing those upper weight ranges, but still carrying it really well. Not too soggy, not too wasty.
I'd say still really fresh too.
Yeah, yeah.
Weight they're being shown at. A high-rise barrow there. Interesting pieces
Yes,
to that one. That is
absolutely.
a big forearm.
Yes, he does. I think he kind of fits in the mix with some of those we've seen in some of the earlier classes.
Guess they're finally opening the door. That's the noise you're hearing behind us. It's been a little chilly in Arizona. Still no complaints. complaints compared to back home here.
But we did have some expectations that weren't met as far as weather.
And I learned from Shannon yesterday.
Oh,
This weight, size, and maturity. To have a big set of feet and legs and some power to your skeleton. And I think your top pair of bears in this class surface in terms of their foot size, their density of skeleton, and then you get to ask yourself which one goes away and comes at you with more natural width of skeleton and just sheer substance. The young man to my right down here has your class winning heavyweight bear. Tremendously stout and powerful, bold on both ends, you know. Hind leg shape to his hock, inside's okay, but I sure think out here he's the man amongst boys in terms of just sheer feature and width. Young lady in the black vest, I like this bear for second. I think he balances really, really well on the profile. I'd like to freshen him up coming at you at the base of his chest floor just a shade, but I think that's really an athletic bear, has the ability to get out and go. I like his hind leg design. I think he's pretty functional from that standpoint. Little guy here in the glasses is going to be third. Really a neat looking bear on the profile, heads up, flat back, flag tailed. He's a little flat in his body design relative to the top two, but I really like that bear's look. Really an interesting hog, a little mature, a little flatter in terms of his skeleton. The bear that comes forward, big body, big back, in the middle part of his back. We work towards both ends of his skeleton, and he's a little more refined in his skeletal density. Then he'll pull his hind leg and hock in just a shade. The bear that comes in forward, young lady does an impeccable job, and initially here he might be a fresh body bear, and I like that about him. Challenge is when he goes away, he doesn't leave me like a market hog in terms of a heavyweight. He's a little faded in his hand, a little narrow in his pin set, but I like his freshness. He's probably fresher in his body cover than either of the bears in 2 or 3. The bear that comes next, and again, a bold, stout, wide one, a little off in his stifle joint. He's a little wide walking out here, then he's starting to fight maturity there at the top of his shoulder, just a shade. The blue-eyed one coming next, front 2/3, I really like in terms of attractiveness and length of body, a little soft-footed, and then when he goes away, his hock joint's a little outside of his framework. The final bear, nice on the profile, big, tall stature dog, just a little bit closed up underneath. Need to open him up in terms of his skeleton width. Great class here in your heavyweight division.
Congratulate Peg Brown from Kansas, first place. Second place, Madeline Wilson from Oklahoma. Third place, Gage Winters from Oklahoma. Fourth place, Jack Odell from California. Fifth place, Reese Sandberg from Oregon. Sixth place, Lonnie Ferguson from Arizona. Seventh place, Eleanor Borba from California. Eighth place, Lane Stroh from Colorado. So final class, 34 coming in the ring. Once again, these all come in at 285.
We're on our third class at 285ers here. What do we have on that last class?
Peggy Brown was the winner of that class. Bullich. It's a high rise, kind of an intriguing barrow there. And then Madeline Wilson from Oklahoma went second in class with a Dirty Secret, bred by Letos. 34, and we're all 285s again.
Go ahead and weigh 1,300 there.
It's going to be Rachel Rumsey.
First or second place in class 29 through class 33. You need to be coming back to the ring. You were first or second place in class 29 through 33. You need to be bringing your animals back towards the ring for our division break.
No breeding information on Rachel Rumsey, but she's out of Tecumseh, Oklahoma.
We have Taylor McConnell from Wellston, Oklahoma, hog raised by Moyer and sired by Red Alert. We have the Rich Kaiser from Eaton, Colorado, hog raised by Lackey, sired by Short Bus. We're winding down here. This is our last class, I believe. Go ahead and pick a division and then an overall crossbred. We'll pick a Supreme Champion.
I'm excited
later.
to see those overalls get back out here. That's I'm glad I'm not him.
Yeah, he's gonna have a
That's
tough job.
The two that he's picked for division winners at this point for their weight size, very, very, very good.
These classes here, there's been some.
Wyatt DeBusk is going to get on the scale.
From our Hereford reserve champion Rhett Taylor and our spot champion Mallory Oakley. We really need these ASAP. Please come.
Tristan Roscoe is
right
going to
away.
head to the scale here next. Hog raised by Weisinger.
Wyatt's is a Heimer hog that caught a scale going in a pin. He's placing the bottom 4 right now, and then he'll rework 4, it looks like.
Got Kevin Rogers up there announcing, another guy that's given a lot back to this show. Spends a lot of time throughout the year to make it a success for you guys. I know penning these hogs, it gets a little hectic with the growing pains, and Kevin was here the whole time working through. Got Justin Little up there with Showbloom, another big sponsor. Showbloom's done a lot across the country to work with shows. He was out here in the ring all day yesterday. Appreciate Justin and Showbloom's support of the show. Sullivan's Supply, also another really big sponsor. I know John, again, is another one that believes in giving back to the kids. If you guys haven't been to one of those Stock Show U clinics, definitely put it on the schedule. They give away a lot of swag at those and really help the kids on the fitting side, coming up with a lot of new innovative products there at Sullivan. Stay ahead of the game.
It's amazing, and we put on a small jackpot show, but it's amazing what these sponsors, I mean, they make this all possible. We all know none of this is a money-making process, and those sponsors make it a possibility that all of us can enjoy this. It's like the 1300 hog goes in the scale, goes into the pin 4, which is Rachel Rumsey. Wyatt DeBusk's going to go in 3rd place with his Heimer Hampshire Barrow.
Got Tristan left out here with the Weisinger Barrow, and Taylor McConnell with the Moyer hog raised or sired by Red Alert.
Couldn't think of a better way to end our heavyweight class or division here with 2 impressive creatures out here to study, and I think it's very, very close, because one of them, when you get on top of them, I think offers just a little fresher width into their center part of their blade and the center part of their stifle, and I think it's partially due to the fact they're shot more moderate in their length of body, shot more moderate in their size. The other one has just got a show barrel look and carriage about him out here in terms of the way he manages his skeleton, in terms of look, runs uphill, really, really cool look, and I mean captivating in terms of studying one from a profile. What I think is interesting is both these bears are fighting and managing their weight and maturity very, very well. My compliments to the feeders. The cooler bill one, the more memorable one for me, is the young lady in the green sweater. We're going to start with that bear in this particular class. I think he does so many things so well for a heavyweight bear. To run up into his blade like he does, to handle his weight, size, and mass like he does is really impressive. Now, with that stated, he's a little flatter in terms of his body. Even though he's deep in his heart, he's a little flat in shape to his rib. That's why I love the bear in second. In terms of blade, feature, and back, really, really good. I don't see this bear's neck coming quite as neat out of the top of his shoulder. He's a big, stout, hind-legged bear. He'll tend to throw his hog a little more coordinated than what our class winner will. Close call, 2 tremendous bears. Great way to start our class off here. The bear that comes in third, extra wide and stout and powerful. I like that about this bear. He's a little shorter faced, a little crestier neck. Then I clean him up in the seam of his hand. When he goes right away, he wiggles and jiggles in places that I don't think maybe a heavyweight bear should, but where he's good in terms of feature and boldness. You know, a heavyweight bears is about hiding maturity and age. This bear in fourth is showing the most wear and tear about the length and shape to his muzzle and the dryness to his rib and body. Part of that is he's just naturally a bigger kind of hog that's longer in terms of his body design. As a result, way back's going to be difficult to put enough rib cage in him and still make that. The bear that comes next is one that's totally different. He's thick, he's wide, he's moderate, a little coarse in his ham loin, a little closed up when he drives right at you, but I do like his freshness of shape. The bear that comes at you good, got a good profile, comes out of pin 6. This guy's a little smaller in the size to his hind leg. Then when you step in behind him, he's a little quick in his step. Needs more stifle muscle relative to the bears that precede him. Really a well-driven bear here by the young lady. Got a great look and silhouette from the side. Coming and going. He runs on horsepower in terms of squareness and knee and hop. Then our final bear, a little stale, a little plainer featured kind of hog, but he's sound structured. Great class of bears. My compliments to the exhibitors.
Let's congratulate our class winner, Tristan Roscoe from Texas. Second place, Taylor McConnell from Oklahoma. Third place, Wyatt DeBusk from California. Fourth place, Rachel Rumsey from Oklahoma. Fifth place, Peyton Otis from New Mexico. Fifth place, that was fifth place from New Mexico. Sixth place, Reese Wolfbarger from California. Cole from California. In eighth place, Sydney Carr from California. Congratulations. We're ready for our first and second place winners of this division.
Going to pick a division winner now for our heavyweight crossbreds. In that last class, Tristan Rasco from Texas with the Weisinger hog wins it. And second was Taylor McConnell with a Moyer hog, sired by Red Alert in there. So first one out looks like it's Wyatt Mazik with a Plattbred one, sired by Baby Blue. And then Kai Typen is out. And he's got a Altenwater Show Pigs Barrow, sired by Straight Whiskey. Third one out is going to be Peyton Rogers with her Heimer Hampshire hog. Fourth one out is Pakey Brown from Kansas at the Polich high-rise barrow. I think we switched, didn't we? Yeah, I think we switched while they came out. Sorry, I wasn't looking up. I was just looking down at my sheet. And it looks like we had Tristan out of the last class, so I think I've listed them all. Chloe Stevens should be in there too with a Teen Spirit bred by Wintex.
That's the young lady in the purple, I believe.
Yep, I think that's the two we got switched around, but that's all right.
Been an awesome crossbred show so far.
Phenomenal. I'm excited. I was just telling her that I'm very excited to see the final drive of the crossbreds because I would not be excited if I was judging because the quality is for each pig for their weight and their size is tremendously good.
I think Mark got pretty excited even in Division 1 and found that blue barrow to win there out of line with Typens, and it's just gotten progressively better, and he's gotten more excited since then.
Definitely
right now,
excited.
He looks like he's having to think a little. He's rubbing his forehead, doing Mark things.
Maybe not one in this division that stands out like in the other two divisions, but solid. I mean, there's good hogs all the way through that will rival in those with those other two divisions for sure.
The hog of Peyton's is one
He's
big-legged,
intriguing, very intriguing,
stout dude.
and still handles it relatively well for as much as he's packing.
Let's hear what Mark has to say about this last
Just like the
division.
middleweight division, it's pretty humbling and pretty impressive to sit out here and evaluate the quality and consistency. I don't know what these hogs look like from the outside of the ring, but I will tell you from the inside of the ring, it is staggering as an industry how stout skeleton we're making them, how bold we're making them, and I mean there's a lot of horsepower in this ring from these class winners that you study out here. And as we've talked throughout your Division 3, you know, heavyweights are about managing your weight and managing your bulk and your mass and your maturity, and still yet looking like a youthful athlete. And I think that is the challenge that we do in terms of feeding livestock. I like them big, bold, stout, and as powerful as we can get them, but yet we can't lose that athletic, symmetrical look that we seek in the show ring. And so you get on top of them and you get on both ends, and boy, you know, you could tweak one here, tweak one there, but bottom line, big picture, these are a tremendous, tremendous set of heavyweight class winners out here. My compliments to the exhibitors for managing these bears to this weight and size and still keeping everything together, keeping everything so right. Basically, I watched them come and go, and then I sat over here, watched them drive across the ring, and it takes one pass to say which one of these is the most memorable in terms of their proportionality, their look, and their show ring presence. My compliments to the young lady in the green sweater and the champion, heavyweight.
Congratulations to Tristan Rasco from Texas. We'll bring in Taylor McConnell from Oklahoma.
Bring the second place to the champion out, and he fits right in. I thought that was a real close decision within that pair. And what's interesting to me, and I didn't think it was the case, I think there's a couple of major players out here, but what's going to sort these bears, we always talk about freshness at the top of their shoulder and their chine. We always talk about freshness and maintaining that lower stifle. But bottom line, if you go from their pole to their hole, right down their back line, I think your champion barrow was tremendous within this division. And I think the second barrow in this drive that maintains that super fresh, correct top line, particularly as they go from their loin into their hip, back to their pin set, second place to the champion is going to be your reserve heavy. Let's give the young lady right here a nice round of applause.
Congratulations, Taylor McConnell from Oklahoma. Reserve Cross Division 3. We'll now bring in champions for our champion crossbred drive.
Champion heavyweight goes to Tristan Rasco, Weisinger bred hog. And then reserve in this division goes to the one that was second behind her in class, Red Alert, sired by Moyer, shown by Taylor McConnell. We're going to move into our overall crossbred drive. This is going to be exciting. I think it's a heck of a set of hogs that are going to come in. These three individuals are very good.
Did you hear Mark? I think he said the older I get, the more random my stories get. I don't know if any of you at home find that hard to believe or not. He's done an awesome job today and worked through these hogs really efficiently, yet giving them the time they needed on the top side. Fun classes to sort too. Really high quality show they've had today. I think they said close to 1,000 head, right?
Yep.
Total on this show over the last 3 days. I guess they've spread them out and shown them.
And I think he hit on a good point too, and not to take away from the purebred show, but the crossbred show maybe gets the award for most improved. I just think we're seeing big steps in this crossbred programs to get to where we're at, to be, just like you said, heavy of structure, still keep the mass in them. It's just it's almost staggering how much improvement we've made in these crossbreds in a short amount of time.
Absolutely, I would agree completely. I've said there are some of them that were just huge-legged, but what's unique about that now is they've really refined that to not be coarse-jointed, but just big circumference of bone, get in a neat package and not set them outside their skeleton.
It's a fine line. It's a really fine line, and most of those were floating around the ring like they were 215-pound hogs instead of 285-pound hogs, and that's something we couldn't say a couple years ago. We got them into those upper ranges, and we started to just fall apart in that hawk set and getting them way outside themselves, and it's fun to see.
So again, we're waiting now to pick a champion crossbred, and then we'll come back at 2:30 with all the species together to pick an overall champion market hog today.
No, y'all are good.
I think they're just waiting for the last few to come up, and I don't know, will they parade the reserves? Probably not. Probably just bring the champions out from each division and run through them.
Just a reminder that if you would like to put your barrel on the resale truck, we need those papers as soon as possible. You'll need to bring those up with your PIN number, that pink sheet up to us as soon as possible. 4 o'clock is the deadline. The sooner the better. If you'd like your hog to go on that resale truck, we also will need your PIN number to be written up at the top of that sheet.
And you guys breed some hogs too?
Yes, sir. I can't take credit for doing much of it other than offering my opinion, which I do have.
Do they take
and some
your
advice.
opinion, though?
Well, I think when you're not there to oversee it. But, yeah, my mom's at home now getting ready to farrow. We've got, I think, about 30 litters coming. And
'tis the season.
absolutely. My husband's at home putting up calving pins because he tells me we're about to have those as well. So.
Yeah. I wish I could say that it slowed down after the first of the year, but it doesn't. It just gets faster.
You guys farrow mainly
January,
February's then?
Yep. Yeah, we'll do the bulk of them all through January and early February, and then.
You got a boar stud there at home too? Is
Yep,
that right?
we've got a few boars on stud, and partnered with Altenwaters on a couple boars, and bought some from them, and then it's gone well. It's nice to have boars at home to use when we need them, and sell some semen and make them available. And
Altenwaters are a big supporter of the show. Mark and Sandy, supporter of the gilt sale last night.
Your Division 1 champion is driven by Noah Typen from Oregon.
I want to unplug that and listen to Jeff.
Happy birthday, Noah. Actually, it was Kai's birthday, so. Division 2 is driven by Mallory Yoakley from Missouri. And Division 3 is driven by Tristan Rasco from Texas. Let's give all three of these exhibitors a big round of applause. This is your champion Barrow Drive.
I think you get these 3 division winners out here, and it's as good as we anticipated it was going to be. I hope you guys can tell from home how much quality is out there in these 3 hogs, and that I know that these would be the ones I picture when I sit down to do my matings that you hope you get, and but that's very hard to achieve.
I would say all 3 of these hogs are classically good. It really doesn't matter the trend we're in. It's kind of a neat place we're at now where we have some durability and width underneath, yet read them with some look.
The
pretty
Grand
particular to
Champion
that.
Drive for all species will take place at 2:30 in this ring, which will be here in about 25 minutes.
Mark looks at his time. I think he's impressed that he made it here in time for the champion drive starting at 2:30. Let's hear from him on picking a champion crossbred.
A long time ago, as a show judge, you want to make sure that you put things together in your mind, but never make your decisions before they hit the ring for that final drive and for that final time, because it's always critically important to make sure that Livestock hits you hard within class. They hit you hard within their weight division, and then they hit you hard within their breed as they come out of that pen every time. And I tell our boys, for me personally, those first 3 steps out of that holding pen determine a lot of fate. And I think as you judge some shows that have those large sifts assigned with them, you get about 3 seconds, whether you're in or out on livestock. And so over the years, you train yourself to make that first informed impression, and then they've got to go ahead and continue to hold together. I think all 3 of your champion division winners do that exceptionally well. And I said earlier in one of your classes, I struggle where are we? Where do we need to go? The older you get, you've been through industry trends and changes, and bottom line, I don't want to be a trendsetter or an industry changer. I just want good livestock, and good livestock to me happen when you study the individual creature on their own and not make relative comparisons. I think as you look at each one of these 3 individually, they exemplify balance, they exemplify proportionality, and what's too much is when we lose that balance. What's not enough? When they don't have that balance. And I think all of these hogs coming and going, the multiple views that you can study of these 3 division winners, they have the essence of proportionality, they have the essence of balance. And when you have balance and proportionality, guess what? They're all photogenic livestock. I don't like anything ugly, I don't want anything unattractive, I don't want to stand in a picture. Oftentimes over the years, people are like, hey, you're a profile judge. And I said, rest assured, I want to make sure if we're going to go chore livestock on a daily basis, I want to like what I'm looking at when I go to feed them early morning and check on them late at night. I think all 3 of these bears have that captivating look, that proportionality, and that essence. In my opinion, I think it's very close, and I sure want to thank and compliment each one of these 3 families. I told you frequently throughout the day, I'm a first impression kind of guy, and your champion crossbred bear hit the ring today, and I told myself it would take an absolute beast to turn this one. And so I'm going to take one more look. I ask you to put your hands together. It's been a great set of bears to put together in the crossbred division.
Congratulations to Mallory Oakley from Missouri. Coming in from that division will be Kylie Gillard from California.
I wish there was a bronze crossbred barrow, but there's not. There's a grander reserve, and I tell you, we're going to leave a couple of high quality crossbred barrows still in the ring, and I think that probably pains me the most from a show dad standpoint, because I understand the effort that you folks have went through to get here, the time, the expense, and to get these barrows to look as good as they do. Tremendously important, impressive. Nothing against the birthday boy. That's a good lightweight barrow. Only problem is he needs another 3 weeks. He'd probably look good, and I don't know, there's a show coming up here in the 20th of January or so. That one, 3 more weeks, and look really good in my opinion. I'm not a lightweight kind of user guy. I want to go as big as I can and yet keep them as good as I can. That's the reserve middleweight comes out, and I mean, that thing is a beast. From when you sit down in those chairs and watch him come at you and watch him go away, it's pretty impressive. And at 272 pounds, there's so much density and skeleton in him, and yet I think he handles it so well, and that is truly impressive to me. You look at our heavyweight barra, and the show dad part of me is like, how hard is it to get a barra that heavy and still look that good and still keep that way back? And so what I've got to decide in my own mind is the heavyweight barra fresh enough. Take skilled feeders out of it, take the luck, take the draw. When you get on top of that barra's blade and upper rib for a heavyweight barra, is he fresh enough? You got to look at the middleweight and say, is he super sexy enough? There's a lot of utility there, but he's not one of those light bulb blinking, really choke-throated ones. I think he's a genuine power hog from one end of his framework to the next. Bottom line, I got to set the microphone down, be comfortable with what I do in a horribly close decision. Closest one I've had all day long to this point. My second favorite barra that fits me well is the middle.
Congratulations to Kylie Gillard of California. Congratulations, those exhibitors. We'd also like you to please put your hands together one more time for Mr. Hogue, who sorted through our bears today. We greatly appreciate you coming out and spending your day with us.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Join us back here at 2:30 for the Grand Champion Drive of all species, located right here in this ring at 2:30 today.
Well, we're going to leave you for now, but if you didn't hear, the Mallory Oakley was your overall Grand Champion Crossbred Barrow today, and then Kylie Gillard from California was your second place in the Reserve Champion Crossbred Barrow. And that one is sired by Out of Breath.
If your chairs are
and
located
the other one
end, you will have to move those chairs.
Bred by No
because
Limit
we'll be
Genetics,
opening those
and the other one
gates
is bred by Frontline
for our
Genetics,
drive.
sired by 71.
Brian, if
So
you could give us a show
we'll
order, that
tune
would be
out.
greatly appreciated, so we could announce that.